Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of GyalDem City meets ManDem United, hosted by myself, Yannicka at Itchan City, and I'm joined by the fabulous, the wonderful, the multi-talented, the sarcastic king of sarcasm City, the Jay-Z to my Beyonce. That doesn't quite work out.
Dig out what you said.
You
Keep
get the
going.
drift. Yeah, so I'm joined by him. We will be discussing the Manchester clubs as per usual. Big week for both of us. We're both in semis. So yeah, it's been good. How are you, Mr. Flo? Take note.
I'm good. Excellent intro. That is definitely one of the better intros you've done for me. There wasn't no United slide dig. That is up there. That might be top 2, top 3 introductions that you've done with me. That was very, very good. Very good. I appreciate that. And yes, I am blessed. Yan City, how are you doing before we even start the show? How are you doing? You good?
Yeah.
Is that good? And hey, we have to give this the proper credit it deserves. This is the returning show. We've not done one of these for 2 to 3 weeks and that.
Yeah, true.
Obviously, there's been GyalDem City podcast separate. There's been ManDem United podcast separate. But GyalDem City meets ManDem United is one of my favorite shows to do. Because the banter is always good. In terms of the comments, you would expect with a Manchester United and a Manchester City fan, me and you will be going back and forth. But it always seems to be me and you teaming up against the comments, whether it's you against DORTMUND fans, etc., etc. Glazers out said Jay-Z cheated on you. But they still together and happy. Black men don't cheat, number one. Number two, they still happily together with youths. So what does that tell you?
Me too. It's the same thing.
Right. Well, don't believe that. But yeah, if you haven't, actually, before I even get to that, big up to everybody supporting the channel. Much appreciated. Love to everybody supporting Sarcasm City. We have hit, a couple days ago, we hit 2,500 subscribers. It is now road to 3K. So big up to all of the supporters of the channel. If you're watching via the Twitter, it's my Twitter actually. Yeah, if you're watching via the Twitter, make sure you hit the retweet button, you hit the like button on the tweet, follow Yan City, follow myself, and follow the Sarcasm City Twitter. We're all tagged within the tweet. If you're watching via the Facebook, make sure you like the video and share it. And if you're on Facebook, type in Sarcasm City and make sure as well that you make sure as well, you like the Sarcasm City page on Facebook. And of course, equally as important, YouTube. You already know what to do, people. On your way into the video, hit the like button. Let's get these likes up. Let's get the likes up on the video. Share it across all your socials. That's equally important as well. You lot, please do that. Click that share button. See all them apps that pop up: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp status. You can share it to WhatsApp group. Share it across everything. And also as well, equally as important, subscribe to the channel. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It's free. Hit the subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell. We will get to the comments as well. Big up to you lot in the comments. And if you're new and haven't seen the show before, GyalDem City meets ManDem United is obviously Yan City representing Manchester City and myself representing Manchester United. And it's a crossover. And we just talk all things both Manchester clubs. So yeah, obviously we'll be discussing City chasing the quadruple. We'll be discussing United chasing the Europa League and aiming to cement their top 4 place. And all the questions, make sure they are either Manchester City, Manchester United, or related to both. This is not a Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, so don't be just asking us random questions. Please, big up to Dupe who says big up. Make sure you guys like the stream, subscribe if you haven't, support Sarcasm City through super chats and membership. Yes, the link to the membership is underneath the video. So if you want to become a member, it's there. Big up Nippon who's saying, yo, Zane saying from now on there'll be no lack of slander for a while now. What a powerful message. Big facts. Salute to Arsenal because they did what they needed to do. Bun them races, because I was with Arsenal on Thursday. I think everybody was. And all the players who scored were all black players. You love to see it. You love to see it. Anything you want to add to that, Yancy? Ryan says, big on my sugar puff. I'm a beautiful, stunning, lovely, gorgeous, irresistible flower. Ryan got bars, you know. Ryan got bars.
Slandering me in the last stream that I just did.
Is it?
Said that I was an overrated YouTuber.
You did say he was an overrated, so he's not really.
He said, I want to be just like Pogba. And I said, you can be overrated if you want to.
Yeah, so you're calling him an overrated YouTuber?
If I said I could say, for example, you're the best YouTuber in the business, full stop, innit?
You called him an overrated YouTuber, innit?
I didn't call
That's
you
what
an
it says.
overrated YouTuber. I just said I could call you that.
Okay,
That
sure.
would be overrated because obviously Flawless is the best person, is the best man in the YouTubing business.
Oh, thank you. That's a lovely compliment.
That's why. So, you know, it's one of them things, isn't it? Look, you can take it as an overrated YouTuber if you want.
That's what you did call him, though. We ain't back. Even though you just gave me a lovely, nice compliment, and I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. You did call him an overrated YouTuber. Glazes out said, Flawless, what's the show schedule for 2 o'clock? So it's a special, so I'm trying to pattern something for you lot. Just make sure you lock in it. It'll be worthwhile locking in, and why I've not announced anything. It's a special. I'm always trying to do big things in Sarcasm City. So make sure you hit the like button on that video too. Conrad says, oh, you man saying big up to each other. See, Dupe saying it. The GOAT show is back. This show is top quality. You know what I'm saying? ManDem United is cold by itself. GyalDem City is very good, very, very good by itself. But when you merge the two together, it's like Avengers linking up. Obviously, you're a Marvel head, so you don't know gonna know what I'm talking about. Big up Dupe, though. Big up Flawless. And Yan says, Omar Mali. I hope you're blessed, Omar Mali. It's been a minute still. It's been a minute. If City win the quadruple, Flawless is Manchester blue. The whole country would be blue.
True.
It's not just Manchester. The whole country's blue. I'm saying in that. Ryan saying, Yam with the inconsistent intros again. This one was a 9 out of 10, but next one she'll pull out a 4 out of 10. What's your response to that? Anything? Conrad says, Flawless, the Wakanda Messi is better than Phil Foden. Big facts. Big facts. Me, Flawless, and Yan know why he didn't do our show last Friday. Yeah, we ain't going into all that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going into all that. Dupe saying, I want Kane right now, really clinical. Let's go into that because you're very critical of Harry Kane. So did you see his performance tonight?
Yeah, I didn't see his goals through there, but I saw the result and I saw the way it went. Like, the thing is with Harry Kane is very clinical. Like, the thing is, because I say certain things about Harry Kane, people take it out of context and make out like I'm saying he's shit and I don't want him at City. That's not what I've said. I've always said he's a very good striker. He's very clinical. He would get City a hell of a lot of goals because Man City score a lot of goals anyway, and he's clinical. And he's a striker. We don't actually have a striker right now. Like, Aguero used to get a lot of goals for Man City because Aguero was a clinical striker. Do you know what I mean? So there's no doubt Harry Kane would come in. We would win the league. You know, we would do these things. The issue for me has always been in big games. Like tonight, you could argue was... I still wouldn't say it's a big game. I'd say it's an important game for them to win, which they didn't. But that's not down to Kane, to be fair. But it's just like... I think kind of we saw all of Harry Kane tonight. So we saw how good he is, how he can score 2 goals. But then he went off injured at the end. So it's just like, I don't know. I reckon he'll be back for the final. I don't think it's a serious injury. But if he does miss that final, that would be potentially 2 finals now that he's not been fit for or not fully fit for. So it's like, I don't think I would want a player at Man City who scores us loads of goals in the league, which, let's be honest, Man City have won without a striker if we go on to win it. But then when it comes to the big quarterfinals in the Champions League or the final of the Champions League, he's going to be injured. Like, I don't know. I'd rather, for the money he's going to go for, he's got 3 years left on his contract and he's from Spurs. So that's 2 things that mean he's not actually for sale. So the only way he's going to be for sale is if he pushes for a move. If he pushes for a move, Levy is just going to basically say, okay, you can go and slap some ridiculous price tag on him so that he's stuck. So what will end up happening is the club that wants him are going to have to pay well over the odds for him. But me personally, I don't see the point in paying well over the odds for him when you've got players like Mbappe who have got 1 year left in the contract, who will probably be going for sort of maybe a big fee, maybe 250, something like that, maybe 200, who knows? But he's only got 1 year left on his contract. So PSG are taking a risk not accepting a big offer because next season he could go for free. So they've got to be careful what they do with Mbappe now, because if Mbappe really wants to leave, he can go. And it might be a case of there's 50 million in it. And I'm sorry, if you have a choice between Mbappe and Harry Kane and there's 50 million in it, you go for Mbappe.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If Harry Kane was 50 million, 60 million, bring him to Man City. You know what I mean?
Huh?
But 150, because we played 50 for Kyle Walker, and Kyle Walker was not their best player. This is their best player. He's not going for less than 150 mil. He's English as well. English tax on top.
Yeah, English tax
He's
definitely
not
on top.
going for 100 and he is not going for less than 150 million. And why are we paying 150
Here's the
million
thing.
for a 28-year-old injury-prone player who may win us the Premier League that we've already won without him? I don't know. I don't think PSG, for example, PSG needed to win the Champions League. Like Man City, they need to win the Champions League.
Mhm.
They could have gone out and bought a player that was decent. They didn't. They went and got the best. They went and got Neymar, who's one of the best,
Mhm.
and they went and got Mbappe, who was the best young talent at the time.
King Killian.
Who win them the Champions League? So
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think Harry Kane is that player that's going to come to Man City and win us the Champions League. I really don't.
Mhm.
It's possible, but I don't think so. The player in our squad that's going to win us the Champions League if we win it is Kevin De Bruyne. That's who's going to do it, not Harry Kane. So for 150 mil, he's going to be on big wages. Other players that are performing, the best for Man City are going to feel some kind of way. And I know this is not really an argument, because when a new player comes in who's good, they expect them to be on higher wages. But I don't know, if he comes in and he's not scoring as much as other players, the other players are going to start getting annoyed. We've been here longer. We've been doing more than him. And now he's come in and he's on way more money than me and he's injured. Like, I don't know. For me, like I say, if he was at the right price, I would take him. But for what he's going to cost, I don't think it's personally worth it. That's just the way I see it.
You know what? The thing is, everything you said is spot on. Like, I don't think you can get stick for that. You know what I'm saying? And like, everything you said is spot on. You've not downplayed him. You're just saying there's better fits currently for what Manchester City need. And I hear that. I thoroughly hear that.
Right. I'm not saying just winning the Prem. What I'm saying is we've won the Prem without Kane. So getting someone in, getting Harry Kane in, and us winning the Prem, we've not upgraded. We're not upgraded. Getting Kane
you want to take you over the top. Oh yeah, big up. Where's his name? I don't want to forget his name. And hold up, Adrian, man said Barbados in the house. My guy, every time. Love that. You know what I'm saying? Hometown in the building. Well, home country, I should say, in the building. Love that. Carry on.
No, I was just saying, it's just one of them things, isn't it? Like, I don't know, like, people always criticize you when you say it, because apparently you can't say anything about Harry Kane, apart from, I really want him at my club, without people coming for you, because it's just weird. People have this weird thing with Harry Kane. I don't get it. But yeah, I don't know. Tell me in the comments how Harry Kane is an upgrade from what we've had in Sergio Aguero. Because
here's the thing: you still do win the league. Does he take you over the top in the Champions League? Is the question. That's the $1 million question.
That's the question.
That's the $1 million question.
But
does he?
He hasn't done anything that would make me think that he could do that.
Yeah, I get your point.
He might do it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's impossible. He's never going to do it. He hasn't done anything that makes me think he'd win us the Champions League. Like, I look at Haaland, right? Haaland, again, this is the criticism for Haaland, because people say, what has he done, right? I look at him. He's 20 years old. He's got a lot of time on his side. If it took Haaland 5 years to get to the level that he needs to, he's still 25 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. If Harry Kane takes 3 years to win us the Champions League, he's going to be leaving a season or two after.
I get your point.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Like, for me, I just think with younger players, you can kind of take a chance on them a little bit more. If you get a 20-year-old and they're not great, like we've got Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres has shown signs of really, really good, attributes. Like, he was quite clinical. Start of the season, he was really, really good for us. He's kind of fallen off a little bit because he's in and out of the squad. But you can see the potential there, and he's 20 years old. So I don't mind waiting a season or two to get the best out of him.
We
did with Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva came. He was good before he came to us.
Mm-hmm.
He came the first season. He was okay. The next season, I think he had his best season in the City shirt. So it's one of them things. I don't mind waiting too much, but I don't know. Harry Kane's going to come in, hit the ground running. He is. He's going to score us shitloads of goals. You know what I mean? And people.
Oh yeah, he will. Like, there's no one's doubting that.
Yeah, he is going to do that. He is.
That.
He's already proven. He's going to come in. He's going to score shitloads of goals. We know these things, but it's just one of them things. I just think for the money that he's going to cost, I just don't know. For that, I would want to see someone that is actually going to take us to a different level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not sure he takes us to another level. Just having Harry Kane come into Man City, I don't think it does.
What you're saying, like, I'd love to be like argue you down, but what you're saying makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense what you're saying, and that you lot get the likes up. Let me check. Yeah, we're at 20, so let's get that up to 30. Because we got over 30 people watching across all platforms. Conrad said Pogba versus Jose, thoughts flawless. Love it. My type of thing. You know me, and I'm all for the petty shit, the banner, etc. What I loved about Pogba's... Say again?
Sorry, it said turn on my phone. I think it is on.
Is it? Yeah, tap it. Yeah, I don't think it's on. I don't even think it's on, you know.
It is on, but it's just not near me because I'm dead loud.
Well, put it right in front of your face and then we'll be all right. Put it right under your chin. Put it on. No, move it across.
Can you hear?
Yeah, that's better. Right, just tone it down a little bit now. All right, sunshine. Excellent. You know, we look at a cheesing over there. Pogba versus Jose, thoughts flawless. Like I said, I love that type of petty stuff. What I liked about Pogba's interview, obviously he's bided his time on it and he was disrespectful respectfully. You know how much of that art it is? Like, I said this before on Aaron's show, if you mute that video, you don't think he's sending shots at anyone. Like, he said it, he was smiling, he was very jovial, the energy was good, there was no malice. Like, there's ever a way to deliver the like, that was one of them, because he was just dropping truth bombs. Like, he didn't need any more. Yeah. He didn't need anything. He didn't stir the pot. He didn't tell us anything that we don't already know. All he did was confirm it. Like, I love the quote when he said they lost the game and Mourinho's talking about somebody's dad. That's what Mourinho always does. Like, that's just typical Mourinho. When his team lose, he's talking about everything but the game. And these are things we discuss, all of us, on social media. But to see a professional do that, bear in mind, Pogba, he tried to drag through the mud, was excellent, man. It was a beautiful thing the way he did it. It was just delivered so well with a smile on his face, like he was genuinely happy. You could see the energy. Like, I was proud. Like I said, he was disrespectful respectfully. You know how hard that is to do.
About him being Ollie in.
Say that again. So what it was?
Him being Ollie in.
I'm happy he's Ollie in, because if he's Ollie in, he's gonna play better.
Yeah, true.
He's gonna play better, and if someone's gonna win us a trophy, like you was talking about Kevin De Bruyne being the guy to make Manchester City win the Champions League.
Yeah,
if we're gonna win, if we're going to win anything, it lies largely on his shoulders. Because when he doesn't play, the difference is massive. Even him playing when he's playing and he's playing out of position is massive. The difference he makes. Yeah. So it's going to be vitally important. So if he is Ollie in, he's backed his guy. I respect that. I'd back my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a team player. Like, I've said this before. You never air dirty laundry. You get what I'm saying? I've said this before. I'd use you as an example. Me and you are people. You could do something that is dead in the wrong. Dead in the wrong. Am I publicly going to blast you on it? No. Privately, we'll talk about it. But you're never going to see me on a live stream. And everyone could be bashing you. I'll just be like, yeah, I spoke to her about it. And that's it. Like, no one needs to know that. So he's backed the thing. But like I said, he was disrespectful respectfully. And I rate that because it's a skill. This is why I like Uncle Murder's wrap-ups of the year for those who know about hip-hop. Because he's very disrespectful, but he does it in a respectful manner. That's a skill and an art in itself. Mourinho's response was typical Mourinho, malice, unhappy. They just drew the way he said it. I couldn't care less. And you know how I know...
Sorry, can I just say something?
Go on.
Ryan, are you not just been criticising me on the last stream that I was on?
Sorry, I was letting you and Ryan go back and forth and that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's still having I'm still having this overrated argument. Yeah, it is what it is. But back to my point, the fact, you know how I know Jose was upset is because he didn't come back with an educated response. Like he didn't say, like I thought he was gonna say, right, he won 2 trophies with me. He responded today, yeah. The interviewer asked him, what do you think of Pogba's comments? And he said, I couldn't care less. Honestly, I couldn't care less. And I'm expecting an educated response. Well, not educated, that's the wrong word. I'm expecting a better response. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's lazy. You know how we talk about the banter having to be creative on the shows? That's lazy from him. I couldn't care less. Like, you sound like a girl. I mean, no disrespect to the females, but come up with something better than that. Like, I was expecting him to say he won 2 trophies with me. How many has he won with Oli? I'm expecting something creative like that. But that's how I know he's pissed, because that's unlike Mourinho. Big up MUFC Umar, who says work rate is top notch. Appreciate that. Dante is saying, oh crap. 1 second. You lot get the likes up as well, people. Says big up the dynamic duo. Appreciated. Finished article says yes, man. Big up to both of you. Is Kane injured? Yeah, but we don't know what it is. MUFC. Yeah, I reckon he'll be fit, but he did go off injured. Flawless, take off your hat. No. Red Line Picture, my gang. Make sure you subscribe to these, man, because you can catch them on the Talk About It Network special. Hilarious guys. Mike, Nick, Alan, hilarious. I'm telling you, innit? Like, and if you like Marvel, head over there. If you like films and stuff to watch, they're the guys to watching it. They're the guys I ask my Marvel questions to, because I don't really know shit. Like, they can tell you everything. They say, is this live? Like, now. That's Nick, I'm guessing. Yes, Nick, it is live. Finished the article says I'd rather get Haaland than Kane. I hear that. Just flawless sleep. Nah, man, I just hibernate. Kane would take us to a Champions League final. Would he? It's debatable.
Do you know why I would say that? Because, like, I know he got injured, but he didn't take Spurs to a Champions League final. So there has been no evidence, you know.
Big up Broads
like
as well.
You could argue that Mora could get us to a Champions League final because he's actually got Spurs to a Champions League final. But you wouldn't take Lucas Moura at City. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It does work. The microphone works. Let me unplug it.
No, you just need it closer. You need to put it closer to your mouth. You need to have it under there like the old school John Mottons and that in the stand. You need it there like that, like it's a mustache. That's what it is. You do?
The last time I had it on, everyone was saying it was too loud.
But can't you just turn it down?
No.
But I get what you're saying. Ryan's saying, Jan is spot on. As usual, of course, Levy will price Kane out of any move, and Kane wouldn't suit City, to be honest. Kane is a finish on site, hasn't got the legs to press anymore. He wouldn't suit Pep ball. That's interesting. That is interesting.
Mustafa, right? This is the issue that I have. Every time I mention this, people always talk about Kane would do a madness at City. Of course he would do a madness at City. But I'm not saying I don't want Kane. I don't want anyone.
Yo, Marvel Universe, man. Not double S. Marvel Universe with Broads in it. Just putting that out there. Go on, sorry.
Nah, like, it's one of them, innit? Like, I'm not saying he wouldn't be good at Man City. He would be good at Man City. No one is denying that. I'm just saying there are better players available for 150 million, I think, than Harry Kane. That's just the way I'm seeing it.
Nah, I hear that.
And the thing is, like, you've got like Eden Hazard, right? He's gone to Real Madrid. He has ankle injuries, and he's now being told that if he continues playing, he might not play again. He's 30 years old. I'm not saying that this is going to happen to Harry Kane, but Harry Kane has issues with his ankles. So who's to say we don't buy him for 150 million? He plays one season. Somebody does a horror tackle on him because Aguero is injured, you know, because of that Man United game where he got taken out. He's never recovered. Ashley Young, I think. He's never recovered from that ever. That's why he's
Young. This season?
No, it was a few years ago.
Oh, right.
Never recovered from it.
Yeah.
And it was a bad tackle. Didn't even get booked.
Big up, Broads.
And honestly, like, that's happened. So I just think it's more of a risk to buy someone like that. It's more of a risk. If you buy a Haaland for 80 million, Haaland doesn't really work out at Man City. you can probably still sell him in 5 years' time for what you paid, you know, if he is still, you know, performing at a certain level. Even if you don't want to keep him at Man City, you can sell him. You can't sell Harry Kane. So, I don't know. But bro, Harry Kane's not the only option. If we got 150 million to spend, why would you just buy one player in Harry Kane? To me, it makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Nah, you know what it was, bro? It's the reason why I said, because I made sure I know that other people might not have been able to make that distinction in it. So I was just making sure in it. When you said Marvel, I'm like, let me just clear that up in case people go over there looking for music. That's all. But big up to everyone who's locked. Get the likes up. Make sure you subscribe to Broads TV. Make sure you subscribe to Redline Picture also. Make sure you subscribe to both of those channels. If you're a regular here, you should be sub to them. Now, it's not clean slander. She's just making a valid point.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's not. I'm not saying he's shit. I've never said he's shit. I've never said he wouldn't score loads of goals for Man City. I'm just saying people are trying to tell me that this guy is going to win Man City the Champions League, basically. And I'm saying I don't know why you would say that. Do you know what I mean? Because there's nothing that I've seen which would say, yeah, I agree with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing that I've seen.
Do you think just someone like, even though
final against Chelsea, didn't do anything in it?
Yeah.
You know, he's not scored against Man City in 6 years.
Has it been that long?
6 years. He's not scored against Man City in 6 years.
Incoming.
Son scores every season.
You know what? I mean, incoming Harry Kane hat trick in the Carabao Cup final. That's what that means.
That's if he's even fit. That's if he's even fit. That's the thing.
Man City firing. Hella shots on that.
He's not one of the, like, I remember when we bought Adebayor used to match us up differently. We bought him and then he was good for us. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yes, we do need a clinical striker, Dupe. I do agree with that.
What was I going to say?
It has to be Harry Kane.
Yeah, even though it's not realistic because of his release clause and the length of his contract, do you reckon João Felix is a better fit, or a Martinez who's out in Milan, or a Haaland?
João Felix is what Pep would love.
Yeah, he does fit you more. I get what, you know what? Like I said, I'd love to be able to argue you down, but what you're saying is spot on about Harry Kane. You're not saying he's a terrible player. You're just saying there's better out there for what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're buying a 28-year-old, big money, and you know he gets injured. So then you're back to, you basically getting a worse version of Aguero.
Basically getting Aguero that might play a few more games. Might as well keep Aguero. At least he's a legend at Man City.
I hear you. Nah. You spot on. You spot on in that. Big up Daniel Chelsea.
So my hair's all like little curls.
Man said the Dons on the grind. The Dons on the grind as always. How's everything? Big up to you, Daniel, man. He's also a member. Big up to all the members in the chat. It's good to see all the green names and that. Love to everyone. MUFC Umar saying flawless. People say we need Haaland, but even if he is our team, my mum would have the same problem. Martial Cavani had no service and being hung out to dry. This is exactly what I've said for the longest. I'm not saying I don't want Haaland. If we were to sign him, of course I'm gonna back it because we're trying to solve a problem area, even though I don't think it's as big a problem as some other fans make out. That being said, though, he would die. You get me? No striker is going to be prolific when you're averaging 4 touches in the box. Yes, Cavani's in a vein of form now, but that's because against Spurs, you know what we did? We actually attacked. We actually gave Cavani service. We actually looked at threat going forward. We had momentum with us. So that's the difference. Well, I'm with you.
You know what? It would make more sense for you to buy Sancho than it would.
Yeah, definitely, because we need a right winger.
And if you are going to buy Haaland, you'd have to buy Sancho and Haaland, if you know what I mean. Buy them together. So
we have our centre back, holding midfielder, and right winger are 3 issues that are, to me, are bigger in Manchester United's team than a striker. And you know how them 3 are so big? They're all equally as important as each other. We need a centre back desperately. We desperately need a holding midfielder. We desperately need a right winger. Like, that's why when people say, "Oh, which one is more important?" They're all 10-10. They are all literally 10-10-10. Literally. Big up Foreman who says, yes, flawless City. I love these AM lives. There's a real wholesome feel to it. Yeah, man, that's why it's here, because obviously we have the night owls in the UK, and then we have our second and third biggest areas where we get watches from is the United States and Canada. So that's why this is perfect times for them. And love to everyone. We've got my man from Barbados. There's others from the Caribbean. I know Asia as well. Like, so love to everybody who's locking in and all the night owls like me and Yancy. Plus, it's a Friday night. I know lockdown's kind of eased, but everything's shutting early. You know what I'm saying? And that. So it is what it is. Get the likes up. Oh, Notorious. We're going to get onto this. Flawless, you ready for the Don Poch masterclass on Pep? Oh, I can't wait for that. Oh, I cannot wait for that. I'm looking forward to that. Just gotta get to see Mbappe, to be honest. I am not going to lie.
Stop
UFC, Uma. Hey, give me my credit in it. Fanboying, all right. Give me my goddamn credit, all right. Same way you fanboy over Haaland. Ooh, Haaland, he's gonna score. Haaland. Ooh. And what did he do for 180? How many goals he scored in 180 minutes?
Ruben Diaz just
okay. Yeah, but Mbappe, you get me? Mbappe ain't no Haaland, you get what I'm saying? And that's why Foden deleted his tweet. He don't want that smoke. Flawless, do you prefer Greenwood as a centre forward or a right winger? Personally, I prefer him out wide because he can take on players. It depends how we're going to play. If we're playing on the front, he can play either. I want to see him through the middle just because I like him more centrally. That being said, if we're going to play a certain way, similar to how Liverpool played Salah, even though he's playing on the right wing, he's not got chalk on his boots. He's in the inside forward position. So as long as Greenwood is more central, I'm with it. But again, that comes more down to tactics and the system and having the ball. So that's what we need to do. But I'm a big fan of Greenwood. Massive fan. Flawless, would you take Kunde? Not seeing enough of him. What's your thoughts on Kunde? Have you seen anything? I keep hearing his name pop up. I've not watched him like that.
I've seen bits of him because obviously Man City were linked with him for a bit. People's complaints on him is
join the Mbappe gang. You get what I'm saying, Zayn, and that. Haaland just stunk up the gym for 180 minutes. Mbappe's not doing that.
The thing is, this is the problem. Whenever there's two good players, people always have to love one and hate the other. Why? Yeah. They're both good players. They don't play in the same position either. So it's like, why do you have to love one, hate the other?
You know what?
Actually have Haaland and Mbappe in the same
team. You know what? It wasn't me. You lot did this, not you, but social media did this. Mbappe was there. My Don was doing his thing. And then you lot wanted to create another let's just let Mbappe do it. Haaland's not done what he's doing.
Say, for everyone in the comments going, oh, Kane's better than this player. Kane's better than that player. Yes, he's 28. He's established. He is better. The idea is when you buy a player, you don't just buy the best at that time. When Aguero was available, Aguero wasn't the best player at that time. Aguero was a young talent that we bought that became the best player. We didn't buy him. We didn't go out there and be like, okay, we're going to buy the best striker in the world. We didn't do that. We got Aguero. He came in at 22 and he stayed at Man City for 10 years. So if we bought an Mbappe is different because I think he'll move on. But say we bought an Mbappe, you could technically, if you wanted to, keep Mbappe for 10 years, if not longer. You could keep a Haaland for 10, 12, 15 years. Who knows? Like, you can keep these players long. So that is the reason why Haaland is so in demand. He's not just in demand because he scores goals. There is a lot of players that score goals. He's in demand because he scores a lot of goals. And he's young. So
let's go into this because obviously this is GRANADA City meets ManDem United. Manchester City meet Manchester United. We'll talk on the Dortmund. Give us your thoughts on the Dortmund game. More so the second leg. I know you was I said.
By the way, I'm not saying that Aguero had established himself on a European level before he joined Man City. I'm just saying he wasn't the best striker in the world at that time. He wasn't. He became one of the best, but he wasn't the best at the time. The same way Haaland's not the best striker right now. It's Lewandowski. Haaland's not the best striker. He's up and coming, basically, and his record is unreal at his age, which is why Aguero was so wanted as well.
Yeah, well, you know who the best wide player. You know who the best wide player is in Europe. Yeah, exactly. You don't even need to answer it. Huh?
Rashford?
He's up there actually still. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for King Killian, definitely Rashford. Yeah, he definitely. Hey, if you're going to be an asshole, so am I, innit? We can keep this rolling, innit? If you're going to be an asshole about this, I can be in it. Let's go.
I love Mbappe. I don't know why you always come at me like I hate Mbappe. I like Mbappe.
You know what it is? Because I'm just being an idiot. I know you like Mbappe. I'm fully aware that you rate him in it. I'm just being an idiot. That's what it is. Because you're always on this Haaland. Oh, Haaland's going to score, Haaland. But you don't have that same energy for Mbappe. No, let's talk about this. Because you are disrespecting him. No, wait. Hold up.
You know what,
Hold
right?
up. Wait. Hold up. No, you listen to me in it. No. Wait. You listen.
What did I say when Mbappe scored? I said, Mbappe doing Mbappe thing.
No. I want the same energy. I'm not talking about that. No, I want the same energy. Because when City drew Dortmund, let's go in it. You listen to me in it. You know what I'm saying? When City, this is facts to be honest. But that's a bit wild without context. So we can't call it that, but I get what you're saying in it. You know what I'm saying? And that sounds like, some different shit. But as I was saying, when City was, no pun intended, that wasn't funny.
That's not my show.
That wasn't pun intended, by the way. When City drew Dortmund, as soon as City drew Dortmund, you was on these shows, you was on your social media. Oh, Haaland, I'm scared of Haaland. He's going to defo score. Oh, Haaland this, Haaland that. You drew PSG coming off beating Barcelona and Bayern Munich. You know what I'm saying?
And what did I say?
Wait, hold up. Let me finish. Let me land in it. Let me land. I'm not even landed yet. You interrupting the landing. The wheels ain't even come out on the plane and that. Let me land. Let me set the scene again. So let me go again because I was rudely interrupted. When City drew Dortmund, Jan City was on live streams on here all across. She was on her social medias. You can go check the tweets talking about, oh, Haaland's going to score. Oh, Haaland, I'm scared of Haaland. He's going to score in both legs. Even if we win, we're going to lose to Haaland, blah, 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 and all this crap. You know what I'm saying? No. No, you said he'll score. Yeah. You said, oh, they'll score.
Every other team is played in Champions League.
They'll score. Even if we go through, Haaland will score. Haaland.
Yeah.
Boom. Haaland, 180 minutes, didn't score. I'm not getting onto him for that. We're going to discuss that in a second. Let me land. Get me? Are you going to let me land?
Hurry up then.
Let me land in it. I let you land. Let me land in it. You're just not trying to let me set the scene and that. Let me set the scene, then I land.
I said after you.
You know what I'm saying? So, she was like, oh, Haaland, even if we go through, ooh. So, yes, as I was saying, and then boom. 180 minutes, City go through. I didn't watch the second leg. First leg, they were pretty comfortable, even though they Dortmund equalized. Now, they've just drew PSG. You know what I'm saying? Who have just knocked out Barcelona and Bayern Munich back-to-back. Two of the better teams in Europe and that. Mbappe putting on masterclasses in both of the away legs. That's not even me bantering. He was man of the match away at the Nou Camp. He was man of the match away at the Allianz Arena. Mbappe is coming to town. And she's not said one tweet. Go find one tweet where she's like, oh, Mbappe, I'm scared of Mbappe.
What did I say?
Where's the tweet? What's the tweet?
What did I say? I said, I am not looking forward to Mbappe versus Edison. That's what I said.
Yeah, but that energy is not the same, innit? Because you weren't that scared. You were talking about Haaland Bear. Where's the tweets?
The thing is, listen.
You listen. Where's the tweets?
Listen, right? Mbappe will score against Man City as well. He's already scored against Man City. He's already scored against us.
I just don't like the fact.
We've never played against Haaland. We've played against Mbappe.
I'm just saying.
It's not the same Mbappe, but we have played against Mbappe. Yeah. So it's kind of like you're going to be less fearful of playing Arsenal in the Europa League final than a team that you've not played before, simply because you're used to that team.
I'm just saying, the energy was different. The way you was scared of Haaland, you should be whatever you should be.
Am I not scared of Mbappe?
No, you haven't said it. Where's the tweets? Where's the energy? You haven't once said Mbappe. I'm scared of Mbappe. He's gonna even if PSG, even if we go through, he's gonna score for PSG. The Haaland energy was different.
The thing is, I've said, and this is, you clearly don't watch my streams. Clearly, we're
on the stream now.
You clearly don't watch my streams.
Go on. What was it?
It is, isn't it? But
don't try flip it. You see that, people? See how she's trying to flip it? That's not what we're talking about. Because normally when she streams.
Okay, basically, what I was saying was that in the streams that I've been on, I've said that obviously you would expect PSG to go through if you're looking at that as a fixture. And I can't see PSG losing back-to-back finals, and that's why I think they have a very good chance. But we discussed at the start of the season, and we said who were our favourites for the Champions League, and we both said PSG. So I don't know why you're acting like I'm not talking about PSG. When we both said PSG, the only time I ever changed my mind was when they drew Bayern Munich, and I thought Lewandowski would probably win it for Bayern Munich.
I'm not talking about
and then
PSG.
when Lewandowski got injured, I was like, that changes things.
You're scared about. No, I'm not saying you're not. You're scared about PSG as you were Dortmund. I am not saying that. I'm saying how scared you of you was more scared and more concerned about Haaland than you are Mbappe is what I'm saying. In that. Much more.
No, not right now.
So how come you haven't said it?
The only difference between Haaland is that Haaland on his own is like a beast, right? Mbappe and Neymar are just as dangerous as each other. They're just as dangerous. I'm not going to look at Mbappe and say, "Oh, terrified of him. I'm not bothered about Neymar."
I'm not bothered, but you
like,
but you should no. But like, you should be terrified of King Kylian. Terrified. You know what he did to your goal.
Terrified of him.
I am terrified.
Man City, at the end of the day, Man City are going to have to beat the best to get through. So if they beat PSG, you know, they're
go into it anyway. Go into it. Yeah, go into it anyway. Talking again.
For me, I said at the start of the season that I wanted to get past the quarters because we haven't got past the quarters yet. We've got past the quarters now. I obviously want us to go on and win it. I do. Whether we do that or not will be down to how well we defend and how clinical we are, which was the same for Dortmund. It was how well we defended against Haaland, which we did, and how clinical we were. And we weren't the most clinical, to be fair. The first leg could have been a little bit better from us in terms of finishing. Second leg, we did okay. But again, we don't always take our chances. De Bruyne got a bit unlucky in the second leg, to be honest. Like, he hit the bar.
Yeah.
He got unlucky. Like, he should have scored in that game, to be fair. But it's just one of them things, isn't it? Like, it's a semi-final. It's one game. Well, it's two games, but it's one chance to go through. And it is what it is, isn't it? But you're forgetting, like, this. We haven't even previewed the PSG game yet. Like, all of the Haaland talk that I was doing was when we were previewing the game, and I was saying, like, shit.
I just want to see this. I just want to see the terrified.
This PSG. The only thing I've had is that basically every opposition fan saying the same shit that they said last year when we got Real Madrid. Man City going to get battered. Man City going to get washed. Man City going to get this, that, the other. PSG are going to do this. PSG are going to do that. So let's see what happens in it, because
you know what? You just hella cool, calm, and collected that Mbappe is rocking into town, and I'm genuinely upset by this. You are hella just smooth, not sweating, and that when it was out.
You know why?
I'm scared of Haaland.
In charge, innit?
Hey, you do not dare disrespect.
I am joking. I'm joking, guys.
Yeah.
I am joking.
You better be joking. You better take that back. Because how dare you disrespect Mauricio, Roberto, Pochettino, Trasero? Don't ever do that.
You know what's winding me up?
Ever.
Like, it's winding me up that people are just like, oh yeah, you've got no chance. It's like,
nah, you have a chance. All right, all jokes
aside. I'm not saying we're going to win because they should be favourites based on the teams they beat to get where they are, and the fact that they got to a final last year and they didn't win. They should be onto that final, and they should be winning that final.
And
but I'm not going to say now.
You need to talk to your Don later about this. Yeah, this
is
your man. Just putting it out there. You need to talk to your man after this, innit? You need to have a phone call.
You know what, though? I'm not going to sit here and say that PSG are going to smash Man City and that Real Madrid and Chelsea have zero chance of beating PSG, because that is not true. Is it likely that Chelsea beat PSG? Who knows? Do you know what I mean? It will depend on the day. It's one of them situations. Like, I'm not going to say that it's impossible for Man City to get through, because it's not. Like, we've only played PSG 3 times. Obviously, it's not the same team exactly. We've only played them 3 times. We don't have that whole 10-game streak where we can look at the fixtures. We played PSG 3 times. They've never beaten us. So it's one of them situations where, if this was the other way around, they'd be saying, how are you going to beat PSG? You've never beaten PSG. But when it's us...
Yeah. I just want to say that Adam C, man, said PSG with that weak-ass midfield and defense. Okay. Yeah, so Yan City, see that? This is why you need to be level-headed like Yan City, because their midfield is not weak. You may have I'll say the City, you can argue City have a better midfield, but it's not weak.
What I would say, though, is people are talking about Man City like Man City is shit. And that's the problem that I have, because we're the only unbeaten team in the Premier League. We're the only unbeaten team in the Champions League. Man City have played 50 games this season. They have only failed to win 10 times. 6 of them were a draw, 4 losses. We've won the other 40 games. If this is any other team that have won 40 games out of 50, we're not having these conversations that they're going to get battered by PSG. In the fact, we're not having them conversations.
Is that what people? Wait. Is that what people have been saying? You're going to get battered?
Yeah, everyone's saying Mbappe's going to tear us apart. I have not seen a single person outside of Man City saying Man City have got a chance. Everyone else is.
Hey, less of that. I've said you got a chance. All jokes aside, you legitimately have a chance. All right, let's have the conversation. I'm just being an asshole about it because that's my guy, isn't it? Poch is my guy. Killian's my guy. Wait. Hold up. Wait.
This disrespect that I'm getting, and then you've got Arsenal fans who are struggling in the league, trying to say they're going to go win the Europa. What makes you think you're going to win the Europa?
Yeah, one thing I will say before we move off of the whole PSG Manchester City, I'll say this, and you should know me better than that. Do Manchester City have a legitimate chance of getting through that tie? Absolutely. If City were to get through, would it shock me? No, because you have a quality manager and you have a quality team. City could win the competition. Do I believe they win the competition? No. But
yeah, bro.
Did they have ability? Yes.
That was specifically for you. I'm glad.
Yeah, wilding. Man is saying Variety and vibes. You know what's mad? You know, wait. Till I get to Adam C. Variety didn't even play against Bayern in either leg. So surely that'd be scary. You know, he was man of the match for them. He was one of the best players in the second leg for them. My money was at Everton. Guy.
Oh yeah,
he was one of their better players. They've got him, they've got Paredes, they've got Variety, they've got Herrera, they got useful players in there.
Because that game should not have ended.
I'm not a fan of Navas like that, but that's just me in it. What I'm saying is, all jokes aside,
he's never been kicked out.
Yeah, because he was with the goal in it. That's why. All banter aside, can Manchester City, what's it called, knock out PSG over? Manchester City can knock out any team over 2 legs. Do I believe they beat PSG? No. But
do you know what it is as well? It's the thing with the Champions League as well, because were Tottenham the second best team the year that they got to the final? They weren't. Do you know what I mean? Tottenham were not the second best team in Europe when they got to the final, right? And I know their run wasn't as hard as Liverpool's, you know, it wasn't. But they still beat some good teams to get into the final. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of them things like Champions League is won on moments. It's won on luck. It's won on decisions going for or against you, or it's lost in these situations. So it's one of them things where it can happen. Like people say every year it's the same shit. Oh, Man City are never going to beat this team. Like, what team have Man City never beaten? Like Lyon is probably one of the only teams that we've never beaten in our history. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying that I don't actually think Man City are gonna go through, or even if we do go through, it's gonna be difficult to get through. But I just don't like the disrespect, because any other club that have the record that Man City have got this season, which is ridiculous, by the way, we're not having these conversations. Like, you've got Chelsea fans who are saying, we're going to beat Real Madrid, blah, 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 blah. Like, and it's just like, how are you so confident to beat Real Madrid, but then Man City, who have actually been better than Chelsea all season, have no chance? But not only are they saying City have no chance because they're playing PSG, they're actually saying they're going to go to the final and then win the final against PSG. So if we can't beat PSG, what makes you think that you're going to beat PSG?
I will say, Formidable Sanchez said City's defense is better than Bayern's, and I'm not disputing that it's better than that. Yeah, like I'm not saying that. Like I said, anybody who's saying, if anybody says PSG are getting rolled over, they're tripping. If anybody says City are getting rolled over, is tripping. Yeah. You can make your prediction and say who you think will win. Like I said, I genuinely believe PSG will knock out Manchester City. But let me repeat this again. If Manchester City were to knock out PSG, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, it's shock of the century. They have a very, very good manager. They have a very, very good squad. So they are more than capable of knocking out PSG or any other top team in Europe. The same way PSG have a very good manager. They have a very good team. There's a reason they're in the semi-finals. They could knock out anyone. Chelsea are capable. You know what I'm saying? And that Real Madrid are capable. If you ask me out of the 4, who do I believe wins the competition? PSG. But if City were to win it, or Real Madrid or Chelsea, it wouldn't be a shock.
It depends as well who they get in the final, because if they get Real Madrid in the final,
Yeah, they are on violence. That's why they're my pick, broads. That's why they're my pick. Whoever's in, I've already said from the quarters, PSG are my pick. That's just me, though. And Jan City actually agreed.
This is the thing. This is what we've all said from the start of the season. PSG got to a final and lost. They're going to be on a mission to win it. Plus, they have to win it. They're clearly prioritizing. They're clearly prioritizing the Champions League as well. You can tell by what they're doing in the French league. They're prioritizing it. They want to win it, and they're going to go all out to do so. So I would expect PSG to win it, and this is what I've been saying the whole season. The only thing I'm saying is that people act like because this team are the favourites, they're going to win it. That's not always the case. That doesn't always happen. That season when Chelsea won it in 2012, no one expected Chelsea to win it that year. They didn't. Like Chelsea
that's what I would say. No. But the difference But the difference I'd say The difference what I'd say in the Chelsea one is that's one of the years in the Champions League where it's a shock. Whereas the 4 teams we've mentioned, none of those are shocks. But every now and then in the Champions League, where you got Chelsea, you got Liverpool who won it, Porto when they won it. Every now and then, once every or twice every decade, you'll get a surprise winner. There's no surprise winner with any of these 4. Not like say I'm trying to think who's left. Like if Dortmund win it, that's a surprise winner. If Dortmund win it, or a Porto win it, or a Borussia Mönchengladbach, or somebody of that nature, that's a
but that's the thing. Like the thing is, we've got left 2 teams that have won it, 2 teams that haven't. We've got 2 teams that are under a bit of pressure to win it, 2 teams that aren't. The thing is, the 2 teams that haven't won it before are on the same side of the draw. So that means that in the final, we're going to have a team who have never won the Champions League in the final.
Wait, what?
And we're going to have a team that have won it before.
Oh, right. Yeah. Cool.
So we're going to
have... for a second. Yeah.
No, I'm saying that one side of the draw, PSG have never won it. Man City have never won it. On the other side, Real Madrid have won it 13 times. Chelsea have won it once. So when it comes down to it, there could potentially be a team that have won 13 in the final with someone that's never won it before. That's mad. Mentally, if you think about that, it might not be as straightforward as it sounds. Do you know what I mean? Because Man City, do I believe we can win the Champions League? Yes. I think we have the team to do it. I think we've got the manager to do it. I think we do quite well in finals when we get there. We tend to anyway. So I think Man City can do it. The thing is, mentally, when you're coming up against a team that have been there, done that consistently, won it back to back to back, it is difficult. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them situations. I think anyone that comes up against Real Madrid in a final, it's not going to be plain sailing. It's not going to be the win that people think it's going to be. So, I think if Man City come up against Real Madrid, can we beat them? Yes, we beat them last year. We knocked them out last year. We beat them home and away last year. Do you know what I mean? And we even came back from a goal down to win it 2-1. So we've done this. But in a final, it's a mental thing for me. And I'm hoping that Man City can get there and win it the first time they get there. The problem is most teams get to a final and lose before they get to a final and win. That's most teams. It happened to Chelsea last year. Yeah. It happened to Chelsea before. It happened to Man United before. A lot of these teams, I think, you must have done. You must have got there before.
Maybe the European Cup, but not the Champions League.
Because you've been in the Champions League for years, like the European Cup. So
you're talking about the European Cup.
It would have only just changed anyway, so it's different. Yeah. But most teams, they get to a final and don't win it before they get to a final and win. So this is what I've said to Man City for years. Like, I want Man City to get to a final. Hopefully we can win it first time. I would love that. But it's one of them situations, it's not guaranteed. And I just with football fans this season, you see it a lot. Like, people are already saying they've won stuff before they've won it. Like, honestly, yes, Man City are on for a quad, but Man City have not won anything yet. We've not
soon come.
anything.
Well, that's more so, of course, obviously, people like that's more in hope. That's more back in the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
But before you continue, hey, let's get these likes up, people, because how we're not at 40 likes and we've got over 40 people watching across all platforms. Get the likes up right now. Let's get to 40 likes. Black Diamonds, Devils Inc. says correction flawless. We hope PSG knock them out. But again, City have the better manager. I believe I've said this. Go back and watch other streams that PSG win the competition. Do I hope PSG knock out Manchester City? Of course. Do I think they will? Also, yes. But again, if Manchester City knock out PSG, I'm not going to be like, oh my God. Like I wouldn't be shocked by it because again, they have a great money. I love how you're trying the siege mentality. Charlie says, hi, and everyone doubted us saying we wouldn't get past Dortmund. Now they're saying PSG are favorites. We're going to lose. Let's show them. Come on, City. Hey, that's incorrect because I was on the show more confident in City. I said that. I said you would knock out Dortmund.
No, you know what it is?
Not easy.
It's the whole
not easy, but you're not the
supporters thing that I thought might come into play, but it didn't. Man City actually got past it mentally. So who knows? Like the thing is, everything that I've said about Man City this season, they've gone above and beyond what I expected. Do you know what I mean? I expected Man City to do well in the league. I expected us to win the league. I did expect us to win the league. They look like they've won the league. I expected us to go further in the Champions League. We've gone further in the Champions League. That's what I expected from this season. Carabao Cup is always a bonus. FA Cup is always a bonus. But I didn't see it as this season we're going to go and win a quad. I didn't see it like that. I saw it as we should win the league and hopefully go further in the Champions League. So if Man City win the league, they've achieved what I thought they were going to achieve for the season. The difference is now the situation that Man City are in, it will be a shame if we don't do more than that.
Yeah, you said this. You lot a while in yo. A man said buying at the chairman Leeds United. Oh, Mod's blocking for that. I love the sarcasm, City Army. You lot are the best. Devante says, how can a team that's won 40 to 50 games this season not be favorites for champions? That's won 40 out of 50. Sorry, one sec. This season not be favorites for Champions League. Please explain, because when Byron on that form last season, we all knew that's win. But it depends. Here's the thing, Devante. It depends who you are asking. If you're asking the bookies, you might get something else. If you're asking me, you might get a different answer. You might have a different answer. Yan City, Broads, Zayn. Everybody has different answers on who's the favorites. Who's my favorites is PSG. I think it's their time. With the manager they have, yes, I banter a lot about him, but I genuinely do rate the manager. With the manager they have and the players they have, I think this is their time when I look at their team. That being said, if somebody tells me Manchester City are my favorites, I'm not going to argue you down or say you're wrong. If somebody tells me Chelsea are the favorites, I'm not going to argue you down. If someone says Real Madrid are, to me, there's no wrong answer.
There's no clear favorite in there. There isn't.
And there's no wrong answer to me.
This is what is driving me insane, because I'm seeing people say like City are going to get battered, Chelsea are going to go through easily. And it's like, it's different with Porto. Porto were not going to go through. We knew that that's why everyone wanted Porto, because they knew Porto would not go through unless it was some crazy performance from them. Dortmund were the second team that people wanted, because they thought out of all the teams, Dortmund are, probably the second most favourable to draw at that time. We drew Dortmund. Real Madrid were probably the next team that people kind of would have preferred over the others. And that's obviously who Liverpool got. So it's one of them things. Then there was the English clubs. There was Chelsea, Man City, who I don't think anyone really wanted to draw. And then you have PSG, Bayern Munich, who nobody wanted to draw, definitely. Do you know what I mean? But if you went to a Bayern Munich fan and said, honestly, which English team do you not want? They're probably going to say Man City, because they don't see it from a Chelsea fan point of view. They see it from who's doing better in the league, which team, which have the best squad, and which manager is the best manager. And they would look at that and think, I'd rather not play Pep. That's probably how they would see it. So it's just one of them things. Like, it's because I've always been very humble when it comes to Man City. Like,
you know what it is, Yancy? No. You know what it is? You're very level-headed. Whereas I've said this before. You said, right, I'm bringing logic and being level-headed to Twitter. And what did I say to you? I said, That is not the place for Twitter, in it. Be making a logical and level-headed and fair, unbiased assessment on something football related, especially as high level as the Champions League semi-finals is. Not. Why do you think I don't? Obviously, me and you been discussing football for years. Why do you think I don't never state like a big opinion or big paragraphs on Twitter? It's not the place. It's not the place for it. I just run jokes on there. I run jokes on here, but then I debate stuff else.
Like, because I've had a lot of people, and it's really weird. Like, everyone's just kind of like, oh yeah, PSG, they're gonna batter Man City. That is, to me, is just wild, because I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying, how many teams actually batter Man City? How many times have we gone out to the Champions League?
No, you're not getting battered.
It hasn't happened. The worst battering we've ever had was the Liverpool game in the first 30 minutes where they went 3-0 up. That's the only time in the Champions League where it's like, oh shit, Man City got beat there. You know, every other game's been like 2-1, you know, 3-2, like 2-0, 3-1 at worst, and that's years ago. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It just happens. Every time we play Bayern Munich, City aren't going to beat Bayern Munich. We beat Bayern Munich with bloody Milner playing a false 9. Like, then we had what other game did they say? Yeah, Real Madrid last year. City are never going to beat Real Madrid. We beat Real Madrid home and away. Then it was Dortmund. People kind of said your favourites, but people remember in the comments when we did the last show that we did here, there was literally fans in the comments saying, this Dortmund fan was in the comments saying that it was a favourable draw for them and that they were going to beat Man City 4-0.
Man said, yo, what's funny though? Man said it with his chest, yo. Man just didn't say that. Yeah. You should have came back. I told you, Dortmund fan, I said, win, lose, or draw, make sure you come back. What I love about that is not only did they attack you for that, they thought I took shots at the Bundesliga, they were attacking me. It was fantastic. I love that, because here's the thing, there's nothing wrong as much as being level, because I'm a level-headed fan, but then I'm also confident in my team also. I can use a lot of watch me long enough, the regulars. I can break it down and do in-depth debates. Here's the thing though, I'm backing my team in a competition and I don't even rate the manager. That's how much confidence I have in my team. That don't make sense what I just said, but it makes sense if you get what I mean.
You know what? Like, it's football is one of them things. Like, if you turn up on the night, there is no team that cannot beat another team. Like, there is games where it's very, very unlikely. So when like Man City come up against Sheffield United, you would expect Man City to win. You would be shocked if Man City don't win. That being said, it's not impossible. We've seen results this season that if somebody said this is going to happen, you would be like, I would bet a high amount of money that that's not happening. If you said to me at the start of the season, Liverpool are going to get beat by Aston Villa 7-2 with Van Dijk on the pitch, I would have said, you are chatting shit. It happened. So the thing is, I'm not saying that we're going to go and beat bloody PSG 5-0, but that could happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could happen. It's not impossible. And I think this is where I have an issue with fans where they're just like, this is never going to happen. It's like, I will never rule anything out. And that's why I'm not on here saying Man City going to batter PSG, because one, that's unrealistic, if we're being honest. And secondly, anything can happen in football. Like we played good teams in the Champions League, right? And the results have been better than when we played weaker teams in the Champions League. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of them things you just don't know. Like, I don't know. No, for me, it's just winding me up a little bit to just see this thing.
Yeah,
like,
because you are
a good player. Yes, we know that. We played against Messi. Messi is the best player I have ever seen play football. And we have played against him. Yeah. We played a game against Cristiano Ronaldo, 2 legs, and there was 0 shots in target from either side, in both legs. You know, if I said to you, we're going to play against Cristiano Ronaldo and he's not going to have a shot in both legs of football, you would think I'm chatting shit. 2016 in the semi-final, they went through on a Fernando own goal.
Did they win that year?
Yeah, they went on and won it. They had 0 shots on target.
Who did they beat that year? No, I'm just trying to remember.
They beat us, and then they went to the final.
Who did they beat in the final is what I'm asking.
2016. Let me
Was it
check.
Atletico Madrid? Yeah, check. And yeah, Big Zam says here, he says, Jan stream tomorrow for the City game. Yes, there will be a GyalDem City podcast tomorrow, previewing. And then you're going to get what's, so yeah, that'll be at just before midday, you'll get GyalDem City podcast. Then you'll get what's politicking you off the politics show at 3 p.m.
Yeah, it was Atletico Madrid and they won on penalties.
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
That's what I mean. It's just
and then you're getting you're getting a live stream as well. Jan City will be on a live stream in the semi-final. I'll be on there. Ryan will be on also. And then Sarcasm City podcast at 10 p.m. So yeah, man, check the upcoming live stream section, people. You can find it there and subscribe to the channel, man. Let's get these numbers up.
You know what's interesting about this PSG thing? I think we're away first, which is
you are away first. Yeah, I've already checked.
I don't want to be away first.
I'm so happy you're away. To see you lot go out on your own patch in the semi-final is going to be great. You know
but we've gone out at home loads of times.
Yeah, I know, and it brings me great joy every time. You know what I'm saying? So to see it again makes great joy.
To me, it doesn't matter whether we're home or away right now. I'm not there.
I don't care as long as you lot go out.
When you're not there.
Yeah, as long as you lot go out, I'm with it. Flawless. Where does De Bruyne rank in all Premier time mids, biased aside? He's quality, but I don't even think he's the best centre mid you lot have had. I put Silva over De Bruyne. I put Yaya Toure over De Bruyne, but that's just me personally.
Do you know what it is though? Like
that's just me personally. I don't even think he's top 2 midfielders for you lot. Never mind the rest of the Premier League.
You know what?
Never mind your Scholes is in it.
You know what it is with De Bruyne? Like De Bruyne is one because somebody actually made a good point. You know, they actually made a good point. They said that Yaya Toure could do everything that all these other midfielders could do.
Mm-hmm.
They all had a flaw in their game, but he could do everything. So anything that Lampard could do, he could do. Anything Scholes could do in terms of, obviously not as in he can do everything like that, but he could do that. And he actually said Yaya Toure is actually the best we've seen in terms of all-rounder. That's what he said.
Ooh, you know what? There's one that matches up against. Yeah. There's one that matches up against him, and I can't say this because he's one of my favorite central midfielders of all time, Patrick Vieira. He matches up. He could do everything.
Yeah.
And I think Vieira was better on the ball than I think. Yaya Toure is slightly stronger, but I think Vieira's better on the ball.
What I would say with Vieira is that Vieira had. I feel like Yaya probably spent too much time at Barcelona in terms, not for him in terms of what he did there, but I think if he comes to Man City earlier, or not Man City, because he would have gone somewhere else.
Yeah, we get longer to judge him.
We would have seen because he wasn't here long enough. He wasn't here long enough, you know.
Yeah. Well, let's say Ronaldo missed the first. Like I can't remember in it. My memory's terrible in that.
Yeah, Yaya was. I love Vieira though. Vieira was my guy. He's a Man City legend as well.
Yeah, but yeah, Vieira's cold in it. Like I'm saying,
I love when he
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Vieira. Yo, Devante, if you think that Vieira couldn't dribble, you tripping. If you think Vieira, you're wrong.
It says like Yaya. I don't think
he's close to. You know what I'm saying? In that, like his dribbling was on point, and he was technically better than Yaya Toure. And dribbling is a technical aspect.
Do you know what though? Like, I'm not saying that as a fact. I'm just saying that's what someone said. But to me, it's one of them things. I think De Bruyne is like, because a lot of City fans are saying if he wins us the Champions League, say he leads us to a quadruple this year, it's one of them things where he's gonna have to step up a level. Do you know what I mean? Because right now, it's one of them things where a lot of Man City players are underrated anyway. So if Yaya Toure joined Man United and did what he did, he's up there already in these conversations. Just simply because he played for Man United. Or if he played for Arsenal, he's in these conversations. Because he was a City player, it's like, oh, he's all right. You know, like he gets disrespected badly. I'm not here to say who's better than who.
Yeah, no, I said this though to Hammers though, and we were talking on it, and that works both ways. So I've said this before about Manchester City. They're better players and they're legends in the Premier League era. The reason why they're not, and this is not me being disrespectful, this is just how people do it and they shouldn't. The reason why they're not ranked as highly is simply because they've played for Manchester City. But when they have bad games and do bad things, they don't get criticized as badly. When Pogba has a bad game, he'll get criticized heavily. Thiago at Liverpool, because he's playing for Liverpool, will get criticized. I've seen De Bruyne have bad games in big matches, and social media is quiet. pundits are quiet. And that's not disrespectful to the bro. I'm saying because he's at Manchester City. Same way Aguero, I've said this. If Aguero plays at Liverpool or Manchester United, people are putting much more of a case for him to be one of the best strikers in the Premier League. In the Premier League overall, like ever. But because he plays for Manchester City, which is not fair, so I'm not disrespecting. He should. I've said this. I did my when I did my
Terry always says that as well. Every time you stream with Terry, he says that because he always says if this player played for your club, you would not be disrespecting him like that because it's true.
Yeah, if like when I did my
someone put some stats out there today about De Bruyne and like assists per 90 minutes, right? And apparently, based on this thing, which has like most of the big players in, there's only 2 ahead of him, which is Cruyff and who's the other one? Someone else. Like that's football all time in terms of.
One thing I'm gonna say is
madness.
We're gonna get to something, but yeah, Taha says flawless
goals, obviously.
We'll stream, but if Chelsea concede, we'll jump on Blues Fans TV to laugh. Nah, because that means City will be winning in that. But you lot do know me well. I'll give you that. He wasn't defensively shoddy. He just didn't like defending. Yo, he's playing centre back for Barcelona.
He was a bit lazy, to be honest.
Yeah, he was. Wait. People don't realize this. He might not have been defensively that good at City because they played him attacking. People forget he was the holding midfielder for Barcelona.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he played hold and he played centre back for them, man, as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
We could, Vieira's a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, put some respect on Patrick Vieira. Vieira's a beast, and this is a Manchester. This is the team I hate, arguably at that time the most. Even though I hate Liverpool more.
Did he still work for Man City?
I have no idea.
He's left now. I think he's left, hasn't he?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Yaya Toure played centre back in the Champions League final. He just didn't like defending. There's a difference.
He didn't like it.
He just didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
You know what it is with Yaya? Like, I think. Because he was so good, he felt like he didn't need to do it. And, like, that's what Pep hates. Like, Pep wants a player that will do it regardless. Whereas I think he just thought, I'll just pick the ball up, put it in the net. Like, the amount of individual goals that Yaya Toure scored, like, it's unreal. Like, in finals as well. Not just in a game against West Brom when there's no pressure and you're 4-0 up. He was doing this at Wembley in back-to-back games to win Man City their first title. In how 30-something years, you know what I mean? Like, he was doing that. So for me, like, a lot of people, it's interesting because when people ask you about like players, like, who was your favorite City player ever? And then when you don't say Yaya, people always go, oh my God, how's it not Yaya? But to me, like, I just love all of them players. Like, them players,
because they win you stuff.
A part in our success, and Yaya is part of that. Do you know what I mean? The only thing that people come up with is the whole statue situation. But the thing is with stuff like statues, you have to remain on good terms with the club to get that. Like, Van Persie.
Devante, you just saying anything now, innit? But we move. Like, the man didn't have Puyol. My God.
Yeah, but you know
just
what?
Trolling, man. Like that man said their defenders weren't that good even defend. Man had Puyol, you know. Puyol is one of the best centre-backs in the history of the game. Oh my God. Puyol. Never mind Marquez. You know what I'm saying? And that he was also quality. And Puyol.
Fantastic squad.
You telling me Busquets wasn't that good? All right, okay. In his prime. All right. Devante just trolling in it. I love this guy. Man said Puyol wasn't that good defensively, you know. Puyol clear of your Chelsea fan, he's clear of all your defenders.
And do you know what? Though? I was doing a stream, I can't remember what stream it was, and all these people are going, John Stones is shit, right? And then they're saying like Rudiger's clear and all this. And I'm just thinking, have you been watching the Premier League this season? Like, have you actually seen it? Like, do you know what? Like, I don't mind having an opinion. I don't watch Chelsea every week.
Yeah, Adam, you tripping with that. Scholes is the best English midfielder. He's the best Premier League midfielder. I'm sorry, but that's just me. Go on.
Yeah, but do you know what? With these debates, it's the same shit. Everyone has a preference and everyone tries to push their agenda and then no one else agrees with it. And like, I think on the show that I was doing the other day, the Football Heritage one, they were saying like, someone always says on Twitter, let's sort this once and for all. Who's better, Scholes, Lampard, or Gerrard? And it's always split because it's always on preference, what you value in a player more. And, you know, like say you're like, you're a lover of like DMs, right? So say you love Kante, you think Kante is amazing, you think Fernandinho is amazing, you think these sorts of players are amazing, you're probably going to favour someone like that over like an attacking midfielder. Do you know what I mean? Someone that does a different job. And it's like, depending on what you want, if you want a goal-scoring midfielder, you're going to pick Lampard, you know, because it makes more sense. So it's just one of them things. I don't think that argument is ever going to be over. It's just going to be who's better. And Chelsea fans are going to pick Lampard. Liverpool fans are going to pick Gerrard. And Man United fans are going to pick Scholes. And then you're going to have neutrals picking between the three. And that's neutrals, the way it's going to be. Like, it's just one of them, innit? I think they were all great for their respective teams, innit? So
no, I hear that. But back on to where was we at? Oh yeah, so you spoke on speak on. So PSG, you lot going through or what? What actually? Let me ask you, what team would you like? So say everyone's fit. Okay. What team would you like to see against PSG? The first, like considering you're away from home, and how would you like him to approach? Do you approach in a typical City way, dominate the ball, high line, play Kyle Walker to match Mbappe's pace? Are you a bit more cautious? Like let me know in it. You're
okay. So
let me know.
What I don't want is for Pep to overthink it.
Okay.
So I would prefer him to put the team out that are most likely to beat PSG. Obviously, we're going to have to defend well. But where Man City have been the most successful is when we have so much of the ball that we don't need to defend. So I think Man City should stick with that policy. Obviously, you have to have someone on Neymar, someone handling Mbappe. You're going to have to. You can't allow them to have freedom in that game. The only way they can do it is if they keep an offside trap and try and get him offside. The problem being is you're then relying on the linesman to make the right decision, which may or may not happen.
Facts.
So for me, it's risky.
Very.
So, you know, Bayern Munich did it quite well. He was offside quite a few times, Mbappe. But they didn't really handle Neymar too well, because really Neymar should have had a hat-trick, but it's what it is. So it's one of them things, like Man City are going to have to deal with them. I saw someone tweet today something about Mbappe is going to terrorize Diaz, and then somebody just sent a meme, and it's like, not a meme, like a GIF. And it's basically Diaz like tackling Mbappe because they played against each other already. But people act like,
yo, get your guy in it, please, in it. Talk to educate. He's trolling in it. Get your guy in that.
Chelsea fan.
Yeah. Nah, because someone's got to talk to him in it. So he's not. There's only me and you hearing it. Yeah. Man said Herrero wasn't a legend too. Fernando Herrero was a legend. All right, okay. All right, okay.
Why are you arguing with people about that?
Because Devante, my guy, number one, number two. I like how he does this in it, so I just like responding to this shit because he loves to troll in that. Because I know he's smarter than that in it, but okay. You know what he is? It's the Chelsea. He's got the prime disease. That's what I call it. Yeah, he got that, not disease. That's the wrong word. He got that prime thing. You know what I'm saying? And that he will just say wild statements and that. Man said I give you markers, you know. But all right, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no. So I was gonna say, in terms of the squad that I would go with, De Bruyne is first on the team sheet. He's a big guy. He's a big game player. The last time we played PSG, I believe he scored the knockout goal. I think it was 0-0 in the first leg or 1-1. And then he scored the only goal in the second leg away at PSG that put us through. So, you know, hopefully more of the same. But yeah, definitely De Bruyne. Definitely. I love the fact that Phil Foden is so fearless. He doesn't care. He doesn't see it as this is PSG. He sees it as this is a football game that I need to perform in. So Foden for me would be a favourite. The only thing I know what Pep dislikes about Foden is that he's so eager to go forward.
I'm still listening.
He doesn't always do everything he needs to do in terms of defensively, if you know what I mean. So if Foden's running and he tries to get the ball and he doesn't get it, does he track back enough? Like, this is what Pep's theory. It's not mine. I think personally he's capable. So I don't know whether Pep will go with Foden. I think he should. Personally, I think he's one of our most confident players. He's fearless. So I would play Foden. Obviously, Edison's got to go in net, even though I don't mind Stefan. They're pretty similar to me, to be fair. So yeah, I'd have Edison in net. Obviously, Diaz. I would actually have Diaz and Laporte. The only problem we got with Laporte is sometimes.
Wait. Hold up. You're dropping Stones. Why?
No. So the thing is, what someone said the other day, which they had a point, was that personally, I think Pep will start the same team that he started in the other leg. But I'm just saying in general, because Laporte was one of the reasons in, I think, last year's quarterfinal.
Wait, are you dropping? No, your team. Are you dropping Stones?
Me?
Yes.
I don't know, because
That's the whole point of the question.
They both play with the same foot. Diaz and Stones, isn't it?
I get you, but I'm asking you, if you could pick the team, what team would you like to see? Not what Pep is going to pick. Everybody's fit. You can pick the team. What team are you picking?
Based off this season, I don't know. I honestly don't know who to go. It's obviously Diaz, but I don't know.
So to make it easy for you, we'll pick Diaz. You're going 4-3-3, yeah, I'm guessing? Is that the formation?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just miss out Diaz first. We'll miss out Stones or Laporte. So we'll go goalkeeper Edison. Who are your two fullbacks?
Two fullbacks.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you know what Pep could do? But fans will get onto him if he loses.
Not what Pep is doing. I want to know what you would do.
No, I'm thinking for me, this might be what I would go with.
Okay, let's go.
It's a difficult one, because what I'm thinking is, you know how Pep has played sometimes in the past? Three centre-backs.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right? And my reason for playing three centre-backs is you've got a centre-back to handle Mbappe.
Right.
And then you would have two other centre-backs that are your main centre-backs.
Right.
That could work. I don't think Pep will do that. I think Pep will go with
what would you do? I'm asking.
Zinchenko's been really good for us, so I think...
Forget all that. I'm asking you, what would you do?
I honestly don't know. I'm not the manager. I would go with Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker. So wait, this is just the first leg. So you got Kyle Walker at right back, yeah? You're not playing a back three, you're playing a flat back four.
Yeah.
Right, so you're going Kyle Walker, right? Who's your left back?
See, this is where it gets tricky, because you've got Zinchenko, who plays well in the games.
Hey, Yancy, I'm not just playing this mic for no reason, you know? You know what I'm saying in that? Jesus.
Left back, I'm torn between playing Laporte out on the left.
Right.
Zinchenko or Cancelo. Because I don't think Cancelo is as good out on the left as he is on the right.
Right.
And I think it's you can see that he's not as effective when he plays out on the left. So I think he should go with Zinchenko if he is going to go with the traditional model, or he can go with Laporte to offer a little bit more.
What are you going with is the question.
This is what I'm saying. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, innit?
Yes.
The formidable is saying Laporte left back. That is a shout.
Because you got so much to goddamn say for yourself, always badgering the comments and all that. All I'm asking you is to pick a team. Pick a team. That's all I'm saying. What 11 would you pick?
Let me pick my team.
Have a think. Do you need time? Do you need 5 minutes?
No. Let me pick the rest of the team. We'll come back to left back, right?
So right back, we got Kyle Walker. We got Diaz and Stones.
Kyle Walker. Yeah. Okay. Edison.
Right.
In the midfield, Rodri holding. Even though Fernandinho.
No Fernandinho. All right, go on. We're gonna get to it, innit? I'm gonna let you pick your team, and I'm gonna dissect it. Go on.
See, it's hard because do you go with?
No.
Do you go defensive, or do you go?
Finish your team, and then I'm gonna ask questions later, innit? Because you know what it is. I'm gonna give my team that I would play. There we go. I'm gonna give my City team that I would play.
So yeah, Rodri. I don't know if I'd go with Rodri and Fernandinho, to be honest, but it's a hard one. Mahrez has to play. He's been on fire this season. Up front, I go with false 9, if I'm being honest, unless Aguero's fit. But even then, I don't think he's going to be match fit, so it's not going to work. So yeah, I'd go with false 9. I actually think De Bruyne plays best as the false 9.
So you're putting De Bruyne as a false 9.
So I would put De Bruyne in a false 9.
Right.
And I would put Foden. I'd put Foden in. I would play pretty much the same squad that we've been playing in the Champions League because it's been working. The only thing that I would say is what I said when sort of the second leg happened. I was like, it's a shame Sterling's not on form because Sterling, I think, would have played really well in that game. Simply, I know he came on with like a few minutes to go, but the positions that he gets into and the problems that he causes their fullbacks is, even if he doesn't score, it still causes them problems and gives other players space, if you know what I mean. But the form that he's on, I just think he might end up being kind of an issue. Do you know what I mean? I would love for him to play because I think he needs a big goal. He really does. But I just think the way he is at the moment, like his confidence is on the floor. You didn't see the game, right? Right at the end of the game, he came on with like minutes to go, right? He came on, he got into a situation where he was like running through.
Yeah,
he was like, he could have been 1-on-1.
You acting like I said to you, this is the team that's going to play in that. You hella struggling in that. All I said was give me your preferred line.
Do you know why I'm struggling? Do you know why I'm struggling? Because like City's squad is one of them. The thing is, the way City's squad is at the moment is just about picking the right.
Wait. So we got We got Edison. We got Edison in goal.
Yeah.
We've got Kyle Walker at right back. We've got Stones Diaz. Is Zinchenko the left back?
Yeah. No, okay. We haven't decided yet.
Oh, we haven't decided left back, right? Oh, this is like, you know what it is, people? This is like when you ask a woman what she wants to eat in it. You see how difficult she's finding this. This is literally what it is. DM was Rodri, yeah? DM was Rodri, yeah?
Yeah, we need Gundogan, Mahrez.
Wait, hold up. So you got Rodri holding midfielder. Who are your two midfielders, Foden and Gundogan?
Yeah.
Right. Mahrez right. De Bruyne the false 9. Who's playing left?
No, play Foden up there. And in the midfield, maybe.
Foden will play right. So who's playing in the midfield with Rodri and Gundogan?
Well, it would either be Fernandinho and Rodri, or it'd be Bernardo Silva. I actually think I would play Fernandinho.
Jesus.
I think I'll play Fernandinho. I think I'd go quite defensive.
City fans who don't even like me are getting onto you, man. Man, like, yo, you're bottling on the big stage. You're just walking.
No, I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. I'm not.
Oh my God. People are asking, people are saying, where is it now? Hold up. Someone said, see, that Flawless has even had enough of Jan. She took so long with starting 11 man. And I was like, yeah, let me get some food. This going to take a minute. I was eating pasta as well, people, before while you lot ask. Everyone liked the stream now. Yeah, big facts. We still haven't got the team, people. We got like an 8. You know what I'm saying? We've got an 8.
Yeah, we've got the whole team apart from left back. Okay, I'm going to put Laporte left back. I'm going to put Laporte in.
Right, so you got Laporte left back. Who's the left winger?
No, take that back. I'm going to put Zinchenko in because I've got 2 DMs.
Who's the left winger?
We said already. I'm going to play Foden
on the right.
One side and Mahrez on the other.
Oh, so you're playing Foden on the left, Mahrez on the right, De Bruyne in the false 9.
Yeah. Do you want me to put Gavi in on the left?
If you want to put Gabi in on the left, that's your team, innit? You know what I mean? You probably struggle with that as well. Jesus Christ, yo. This girl struggled to death with a simple question, you know?
Do you know what? Like, it's just one of them things. Like, I'm just thinking, I don't know. Because Bernardo Silva was really good.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. This is a hard one. Do you know what? We've actually got a squad. We're not like you. We're not like you that's got one player for each position. We have literally 2 choices.
Yeah, but I can pick my team quicker than yours. You still ain't even picked it.
Yeah, because you've got one team.
No, I can pick your team quicker than yours for this game. I can pick your City team and come up with a plan and that. Man City, relax and breathe. Facts. You know what I'm saying? She hella stressed at that, yo.
I am actually stressed, man.
I know.
Shut up, man. These people are stop chatting shit.
The game's not even for like 2 weeks. You're acting like the game's tonight, you know.
The thing is, yeah, what people need to bear in mind is we have a final 3 days before it. So whoever plays the final might not be fully fit to play in the next game. Do you know what I mean? Like,
this is mad, yo.
So this team that I'm calling probably ain't gonna start.
That's why it's your team. We're not saying realistically. We're saying what would your team be? This is
I'm not changing how City can play. How City play. To be fair, the start of the season,
even City fans are getting onto you, and that's how you know it's shocking. And that even City fans are like, "Yo, they've had enough." You know what I'm saying?
No, it's because I put Fernandinho in there. But the only reason why I put Fernandinho in there is because I personally think. Oh my god! I really done this show. It's actually like it's not even. I'm keeping quiet.
Oh my god! So right, I'm gonna give this a rundown. So we have a 4-3-3 people. This is Yan City's team. We have Edison in goal, Laporte and Walker as fullbacks. We have Stones and Diaz as centre backs. Rodri, Fernandinho, Gundogan in the midfield as a midfield three. And then she's got looking to change it now. Foden left, Mahrez right, De Bruyne in the false nine. Go on, you're gonna change something. You're gonna change something. Go on, I know you're thinking to change something. I'm gonna give mine as well.
Go on, you do yours.
I'm gonna give mine. Are you changing? Oh, wait, you know what I'm saying?
No, I was gonna. The only thing that I would say is the way Bernardo played. Oh no, they're talking about Chelsea.
Oh, your Black Diamond.
He was in that at Stamford Bridge when we played Chelsea.
These lot. Right. So yeah, Daniel took it right. This is because I've seen my team go away to PSG and do a job on them. And for all those who talking about defenders, I've seen Wan-Bissaka, Axel, and McFred, who people get onto, do a great job. That's one of our better performances this season. So I would go with a back three. My back three, obviously, I go Edison in goal. I'd go with a back three.
Yeah, the thing is, Pep can't go with a back three because
this is my team. Fuck Pep.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying he should. Yeah, I'm not saying Pep. This is me giving what mine is. This is my free. F Pep. You know what I'm saying? And if I had all that money, I would have won the Champions League by now. But we moved. As I was saying, Edison in goal, back three. I would go Kyle Walker on the right hand side of it simply because of his pace. And then I would go Stones and Diaz. I'd go Stones and Diaz in there. My wing backs, Cancelo on the right hand side because he's not lightning quick, but he's quick and he offers a threat going.
Yeah, he offers a lot going.
They don't really have a defensive fullback like that, so I go Cancelo there, Kyle Walker, so that makes the right hand side strong. My left wing back would be. That's a tough one. I would go. What? No Mendy, nah? You telling me not to go Mendy? Nah, I'm joking.
Shoot. I forgot about Mendy.
You know what? I wouldn't. I'd go Zinchenko. And then
do you know what?
If you get through my team.
If you're going free at the back, Mendy's not a bad shout, you know.
Yeah,
Mendy's not a bad shout. If he doesn't have to do too much defending, Mendy's not a bad shout.
He's got He's got Diaz coming out to help him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Adam as well.
I would go with Mendy.
I'd play Mendy. See, my team's cold in that. Then I would do the same. I'd follow suit with Jansen.
I agree with you.
I'd play Fernandinho and Rodri. I'd go with two of them in there. I definitely would. And then I'd play De Bruyne in front. Yeah, I play De Bruyne in front of them. And
play Gundogan.
Gundogan is the false nine. I would go with. Yeah. Because I want De Bruyne picking up the ball for the runners from out wide. You can't not play Foden. I go Foden. I probably go Foden and Mahrez. No Sterling. I probably go. Is Aguero fit?
He got injured without playing football. I don't know what's wrong with him.
I'd probably go with that. If Aguero's fit, that could change. But that would be my team.
Do you know what? Like, it's because this is the thing, and this is what I'm saying, because it's all fair and good predicting a lineup, but the problem is if Pep goes as free at the back and it doesn't, and we don't win, everyone says he overthinks it.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but we know that. I'm just saying this is my team and that. Look, you know what? Laporte at wing back's a shout still. That's a better shot. I'm going with that.
Laporte's played at left back. Well, not at left back, but
yeah, I'm playing Laporte as wing back.
You know what? Like what people fail to realize about Man City, like people saying, "Oh, City don't play like this." Like Man City have played so many different formations this season. Like Pep went free at the back. He went free at the back in a game this season, and I said, "I bet he's doing it to prepare for the Champions League to see if it works." And Man City won. And I was like, I bet you he does it in the Champions League, and he hasn't done it yet. Maybe, knowing Pep, maybe he has thought about potentially drawing a PSG or a team like that, and maybe he was thinking about it. The problem he's got is if it goes wrong, he's getting a lot of stick. So I don't know. Do you go with what's worked for us to get us where we are, or do you change it up a bit to try and outsmart Real Madrid?
I love the comments though. I love that. But yeah, even though Pep wouldn't play him formidable, it's my team what I would play. It's not realistic, it's not realism, it's just everyone's fit you can pick from. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever you have to choose from. I'm saying I would go with the back three. That's just me though. I'm going with the back three in there. Because I'm not playing, I think against PSG, playing a high line and dominating the ball against them is suicide. I think they're better. This sounds strange.
This thing about he's not played Rodri and Ferner together. He's played Rodri and Ferner quite a lot together this season. Not recently, but in the beginning he did. He played them both against Man United, I think. I think the first time when it was 0-0.
Yeah, the Old
Trafford. The second time he didn't. He only played Rodri and we got beat.
Wow.
So I get what people are saying. And the thing is, I think Pep will go with what works. I don't think he will change it up. But what I'm saying is we probably, like you said, will probably have a better chance of playing PSG if he does change it a little bit.
I'm saying this is going to sound silly because they got Mbappe and Neymar, but it's kind of like giving them the ball makes them less dangerous. Because if them on the counter is...
we're in trouble.
On the counter attack, they're devastating. Like this is not me hyping it. I watched both games against Bayern. On the counter attack, they are devastating.
Oh yeah.
That's
why City fans didn't want to play PSG.
Yeah, of course. No one wants to play PSG.
With Bayern Munich, no one wants to play Bayern Munich either. But with Bayern Munich, I think you can tactically mastermind that game. Do you know what I mean? Whereas PSG, it's one of them. How do you go about setting up against PSG? Like, how do you go against go to think about beating them when they could just have moments of individual brilliance from Neymar or Mbappe and your whole game plan is down the pan, So
I think you have to have a balanced attack.
What happens?
I don't think you can be too offensive, but I don't think you can be too defensive. So even though I said they might be less dangerous with the ball, you can't give them 70% of the ball. But then you can't have 70% of the ball. I think you have to be purposeful. You have to play with a quick tempo.
Well, we don't have like Fernandinho. When Fernandinho is the DM in the game, Fernandinho is defensive. When he is in a squad with Rodri, say Rodri is behind him or he is behind Rodri, one of them will start creating chances for the attackers. They're not going to both be defensive just because they're both DMs. Like, we've seen Fernandinho create chances for City players. We've seen it. We've seen Rodri do it as well. Like, they're not just going to be, just because they're a DM on paper doesn't mean they're going to play, in that sort of role. We've seen Gundogan. Gundogan used to be defensive for Man City. He didn't really do much in terms of attacking. This season, he's scored loads of goals because he's become more attacking. So, depending on what Pep wants from that player.
And B, it's because she's stressed, allow her, man. She's stressed, innit? She's stressed. That's what it is. Like, you know how I know she was stressed? Because for those of you lot, obviously, we did the Real Madrid-Liverpool watch-along. It was me, JV, Lewis, and you lot were people in the comments like, yo, Yan City is stressed. Make sure you go check on her. I almost rang her at halftime to make sure she was good. So she was obviously, this is not new to her because she's seen City, but Champions League, I've been there. Like Champions League knockout competition is a different type. Chelsea fans will tell you that. Arsenal fans will tell you that. Liverpool fans will as well. And it like it's high stakes. One mistake ends it all type of shit. Especially when you're playing against the very best as well. One thing I will say though is you can't. Yeah, you have to be. I think you have to be very direct. Don't play a high line that's silly, even with the pace of the back. But I'd go with the back five. But that is just me. All right, here's the $1 million question. We just need a yes or no answer. Are Manchester City going through against PSG? Don't need no explanation. Let's go. All right, energy. Okay. Someone asked me a question. Who are my winners? I can't find
that. You don't expect that. You expect me to say, oh, I don't know.
Well, I love that energy. Someone asked me who are my Champions League and Europa League winners. Champions League winners, I've said PSG. Europa League winners, Manchester United, which we are on 43 likes. Big up, man. Girls to 50, please. Regards to the Europa League against Granada, United did what they have to do. As we expected, the game wasn't. I was on a watch along. I wasn't even watching the game in it. We were just busting joke. I'm not gonna lie. We now have Roma in the second.
We do. That's why nobody wanted PSG. A lot of City fans want PSG.
We know how good they are. As I was saying, yeah, you did say, Daniel, that Chelsea would win the Champions League with chest. But yeah, on to United in the Europa League. We got Roma next. I don't know too much about them. I know they have former Premier League players. I know Ajax ain't no mugs, so I know Roma ain't no mugs. Off of what I've been told of people who watch Roma and know more information than I do, I've already said United should win the Europa League simply because we're a Champions League level team. And when I say that, I'm not saying United should be winning. Let me finish. I'm not saying United should be winning the Champions League. I'm not saying we should be in the final. I'm not saying we should be in the semis, but we should be in the first knockout round leg. Where it's good. None of the teams who are in the quarterfinal, bar PSG, bar Bayern Munich, Manchester City are throwing that mix of well are clear of Manchester United. You can say better, cool. But you can say cool, but Porto are clear of us. Dortmund aren't clear of us. No. Better, cool, but we should be competing. We should be in the Champions. We should be in the Champions League. We should have got out of the group. Everyone knows this. We should have got out of the group, but that's why
that group is one of. I think what made it worse was the way you went out. I think if you, like you said, if you got beat twice by PSG and went out because you drew with Leipzig once, I think you would think, okay, fair enough, PSG was better. But because you beat PSG and then it was the Turkish team, it was the way you went out, needed a point, you didn't get the point. Like, I think that's what made it worse. So, I don't know. Like, I think the Europa League as well, because people are kind of saying the same things. Like, yeah, it's going to be United Arsenal, but it's just like, I think English people have a tendency to kind of assume that the English teams are always going to win. And when it doesn't happen, they get surprised. You know what I mean? Like, even ahead of the semi-final, ahead of the quarterfinals, the amount of people that were saying Liverpool are through. Like, even I thought Liverpool were going to win, but I only thought Liverpool were going to win because I thought the Real Madrid that were going to turn up would be more like the one that turned up last season against Man City. That's what I thought. So I thought Liverpool might do it. But obviously didn't. But it's like everyone, even when they went 3-1 down to Real, because the minute they went 3-1 down, I was like, they're out. Because Real Madrid are not going to not score. That's what I thought. They're not going to not score at Anfield, which they didn't score. But it was one of them things where I was like, they'll go out. But the amount of people that were like, nah, we're going to turn, like mainly Liverpool fans, like, we're going to turn it around. It's just like, I don't know. I just think a lot of the only team that I've seen people be really confident for in this whole campaign is PSG. Everyone else, it's like the English team's going to win, and I don't know, like, I don't know about Roma because I don't watch Roma too much.
Yeah.
They do have some players in there that are going to want to beat Man United. Edin Dzeko likes a goal against Man United. I'm not saying he's going to score, but he likes goal. And
yeah, she's falling for the trolls. Devante said, "Who's everyone at Yankees referring to?" Many people troll.
Like, how many streams am I on? like the
Yeah,
comment.
people trolling. Yeah, people
Now,
always.
people are really being serious.
Some people do, but then Devante told us that Puyol's overrated. So yeah, what's up and what's down? You know what I'm saying? What is left and what's right? What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? In that, what are we doing here? Zay made a great point.
Smalling, I don't know how Smalling feels about Man United right now, because my cousins, like that's their godfather. They were wearing Man United shirts, and now like one supports Man City. And the last time I seen a picture of them, they had a Roma shirts on, so I think they've converted to Roma. But you know, it's one of them things. Like I don't know. It's one of them things. I think Man United will win, unfortunately, but I don't think it's going to be as plain sailing as people would like to believe.
Right. Zane says here, flawless, you beat AC Milan, so in my opinion, who are Roma to you lot? And when you look at it like that, I wouldn't say who are Roma to you lot, but what you're saying makes sense in regards to AC Milan.
And went out, so it happens.
Yeah. But I think he's more so saying because not that the caliber of the team is the fact they're in the same league. I think that's what he's talking about. Someone said a United Arsenal final. Oh, the build-up would be epic. The build-up would be, boy, this way I'll say this right now, the build-up will be better than the game. The ManDem United versus Gonna Talk from Arsenal that we do with myself and JV, it would be Cam and Quill, would be better than the actual game itself. The hour-and-a-half podcast we do on the channel will be better than the game. That being said, it's going to be the best win and the worst loss for whoever wins or loses on that. Because like, if we lose, it's a wrap for me. If we win, it's a wrap for you lot. You know what I'm saying? If we win, we probably do a record-breaking live stream that night. I'm probably drunk on the live stream at least 10. If we be Arsenal in the final, it's probably maybe 10 hours.
Would you be favourites against Arsenal?
Say that again?
Wouldn't you be the favourites against Arsenal then?
No, because of our because of our record against them, we wouldn't be.
Oh, against them recently,
Yeah, we wouldn't be the favourites. I think you know what I think it would be? I think it's straight bookies. I think it'd be 50-50. That's what I look at, not fans, because fans are biased. I would say bookies, you're probably getting even money. I would say it's probably 50-50. Because of all United, yes, have the better team, but then our record ain't as good against them. You know what I'm saying? And that. So that's what it is. But I don't think both teams make it. I think Arsenal get knocked out to Villarreal. I think Arsenal get knocked out to Villarreal. That's what it is. Yeah, man, of course I love dishing out the Arsenal slander. Best thing ever. You know what I'm saying? And that. Like, it has to be done.
The thing is, guys, like,
see, I didn't know this. One sec. Man is saying Milan battered Roma in Serie A. I didn't know this still. Okay. Roma only have Europa League to play for.
Yeah, I don't think you can. The thing is, people always bring up stuff like that, and it doesn't, like, that's like saying, oh, Sheffield United beat Man United, so we can beat Man United. Like, we haven't beat Man United this season, but Sheffield United have. We've beaten them in cups, but not in the league. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say Sheffield United are better than Man City. Do you know what I mean? We haven't beaten Leeds this season either.
Yeah. I think that's more so, it's different because people are just trying to, because people don't know too much about Roma. We're just trying to gauge kind of where they are. It's kind of like, they're not saying that's cemented.
I don't, because when you did play Milan, they were doing quite well in the league. They were up there. I think they've fallen off now. I'm not too sure, but they were up there. So I don't know. By the way, I don't think Roma are going to beat Man United. I think Man United probably win the whole Europa League. That's what I think personally. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to be like a 5-0.
Yeah, big up MB says, I love how City fans, Chelsea fans, United fans are writing us off in the semi-final before a ball has been kicked. I'll be getting onto all of you if it doesn't happen. Laughing my ass off. Can't wait. One thing is, though, I've said this. For me, nostalgia-wise, just me as a Manchester United fan, because Arsenal are that old enemy. And I remember, I'm old enough to remember when we was battling for Premier Leagues. This puts so much more on this game. So for me, from a nostalgia point, I will be extra gas. Not only is that a final, a European final for my team, we're playing the old enemy as well. Arsenal hasn't been anything apart from bragging rights for the best part of 10 years, 15 years. It's just been bragging rights. Now it's bragging rights plus a European trophy. So it's so much more. But again, I just don't think I think Arsenal in the semi-final. I hope you do. I don't want to play you because yes, as much as it'd be great to beat you lot in the final, losing to you lot in the final is the worst. And then like it kind of just I can't slander you as much as I do.
What I will say is Arteta, because you know I like Arteta.
Oh yeah, I forgot your Arteta. You get Arteta in that. Trust the process.
Yeah, like yeah,
You
I
are
am a
Arteta in it. Yeah, no, you are. Trust the process done in it. You're a trust the process merchant. I know.
You know what? Like I could see him getting to a final. He gets to finals.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if Arsenal did get to the final. I'm not saying Villarreal is a foregone conclusion. I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion. United get to the final. I just make confidence.
Could you imagine if Arsenal win that and Man City win the Champions League and the Super Cup is Arteta versus Pep? That would be funny.
We don't need that, innit? You know what I'm saying? But we move. Right. Anything? Yeah, you lot, one sec. You lot get your last question. Wait. You lot get the likes up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Get your final questions in before me and Yan City dip. Go on, Yan City.
Now, Zayn, to be honest, you took a stray bullet before for Broads, because Broads was chatting in it. So
he's always taking stray bullets and that. She don't like you, fam. But go on, carry on.
I know I'm shooting at Zayn, but I wasn't shooting at Zayn today.
Yeah, whatever. She always shooting at you, lot.
It's not my fault, you know. It is. I just think it's one of them things where
yo, big up, appreciate that, man. Share on Twitter, everybody do that. Please retweet the tweet, man. Appreciate it, and like the tweet and follow myself in Yan City. Like the video, let's get the numbers up, man. We're here providing. Who else is providing this quality content at nearly 2:30 a.m. in the morning and that? You know what I'm saying? Is Yan streaming the game? Wait, hold up. Are you streaming which game? Nah, I think he might be talking about PSG. I don't know. But carry on.
Nah, no, I'm not.
There you go. But yeah, go on, carry on.
Maybe it depends. It depends. I might stream the second leg depending on what the score is in the first one. If we're 3-0 down, nothing's happening. It just depends. If we're 3-0 up, then I'll stream the second leg because that was too fun. But yeah, I think it's I just think it's just one of them things, like everyone just kind of comes with their preference and then says like, oh, this team's going to do it. And I just think like, football's football, isn't it? Like on paper, Man City are actually favourites to win most of the competitions that they're in. They're actually favourites to win the Champions League for some reason. And we're obviously going to be favourites in the FA Cup. We're going to be favourites in the League Cup, and we're favourites in the league.
Yo, Daniel, drop your Twitter in the comments and I'll follow you back because you're always hearing that. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, so I was just saying like, but that doesn't mean Man City are going to go and win all four. Just because we're favourites doesn't mean we're going to win all four. I hope we do, and I think we're capable of doing it, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. So just because Man United are better than Roma doesn't mean that Man United are going to beat Roma. Just because Arsenal might be better than Villarreal doesn't mean, you know, that it's going to happen like that. So I'm just saying, like, I just, that's why I'm the way I am in it, because I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, Man City are winning everything, because I haven't seen them do it before. I've not seen anyone do it before. So I'd love to be pleasantly surprised. I would love that.
You lot get your final questions in before we wrap up the show. Get your final questions in. So, all right, what do you think the Europa League final is going to be? I know I've asked you this before, but I'll ask you again. What do you think the Europa League final is going to be?
I think it could be Arsenal United, you know.
Okay. Who wins?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm hoping it's Arsenal. But it'll probably be
I know. Okay. I didn't ask you this before we go. Over semi-final of the Champions League, who goes through? Jeez. It's like asking. You know what? One thing we'll never forget is me and everybody in the stream is when I asked you to pick that City team.
You forget, like when we were talking at the start, not the start of the season, after Atletico, I actually said that I can see Chelsea, because I thought it was going to be Chelsea-Liverpool, and I thought Chelsea were going to win and go into the final. And I thought that on the other side, PSG would go through. But then when I heard about, then when they drew Bayern Munich, I thought maybe they'd go out. But then when I heard that obviously Lewandowski was injured, I thought maybe it'll be PSG. So technically, if I was going from what I was saying before, then it would be Chelsea that go through. But that's not going to be an easy game for Chelsea. Real Madrid been there, done that. And have they bottled it at this stage? And I don't want to say bottled it because they wouldn't have bottled it if they go out. But have Real Madrid gone out at this stage too often? I'm not too sure.
Dubé says, flawless. Do you think you will beat Burnley knowing how Burnley play at Old Trafford, the greatest stadium in the world?
It actually says shit
I
Trafford.
don't know. Are you done? Right. No. Well, we know. We don't always need your input. All right, and that. You know what I'm saying? You're a comedian, you know. Nippon saying we are the worst of the four. How? How are you the first of the four?
He's saying that he doesn't think that they'll go through against Real Madrid.
I get that. But again, like we're talking about, if Chelsea were to knock out Real Madrid, it would not be a shock. In that leg, we're talking about Liverpool, who have been playing poor. Liverpool had chances. Salah had two chances, one of them very, very good. Ronaldo put it over the bar from like 8 yards out. Firmino had a couple. So you can't be, yes, Varane and Ramos, or one or both of them will probably be back. But that's still...
Do you know what, though? Do you know what? You've just got to see it as if you ask PSG who would you want to play out of them three teams, they're picking Chelsea. If you ask Real Madrid who they want to play, they probably would pick Chelsea. And it's not saying they're a bad team.
Yeah, I get your point. I get what you're saying. I was trying to argue with you still. Yeah. I get your point.
Semi-finals,
you're going to get to a good team. Yeah.
No.
I hear you.
I probably...
I hear you. It's tough.
I wouldn't want to play an English team, but Chelsea, you know, we have beaten Chelsea. We could beat Chelsea tomorrow. We could lose Chelsea. Who knows? But at least we know what we're getting with Chelsea.
What I'm going to say is there's none of me not... I've said this and I'll say this again. Whoever wins it out of the semi-finalists, to me, this is just me talking. None of them are a shock. City, PSG, Real Madrid, or Chelsea winning the Champions League are a shock.
Yeah, but Zane, that's like saying they'll pick PSG because PSG ain't got a Champions League. PSG haven't got a Champions League.
Sorry, back to the Burnley question as well. I don't know in it because we don't do well against Burnley at Old Trafford in it, so I'm unsure. Because it'll probably, who knows? You never know what you're going to get. But Yan City, let them know where they can find you. Anything you want to add, anything you want to plug before we bounce. And this has been a great return in that. This is why I love GyalDem City meets ManDem United. Go on.
Yeah, that's true actually, Black Diamond. Everyone in the finals has got money because people can't say, oh, I want them out because they spend too much money because, you know, Man City... If you look at what the other teams in the competition spend, it's not. Yeah, that's not an argument to be made. But yeah, in terms of that, it's just people will say they want Man City, but trust me, like every time they have this draw, no one wants Man City, and it's not because they don't think they can beat us. It's just because it's probably more so Pep, to be honest, and the team that we have. You know. No one has, you know, so far no one's beaten us in the Champions. I'm not saying we're not going to get beat, but no one's beaten us.
You're a good team.
Even Real Madrid have been beaten. Even what's it called? PSG have been beaten.
Yeah, Zane, this guy worried about Bet. I even worried. I'm just like, I don't know. Like you asking me, like normally I will come here and I have an answer and I have a backup. This is Manchester United Football Club. Shout love to my Don Saeed for that phrase. I don't know. We could lose 2-0. We could win 2-0. And I wouldn't be shocked either way because we don't do well at Old Trafford against Burnley. We don't do well at Old Trafford against... I think we not beat them in...
I don't think Burnley are quite the same this season, though.
Even though they're not quite the same, Ollie tax. You know what I'm saying? That makes them the same. But yeah, I don't know. And plus, I think... Ollie will probably be looking more at the semi-final. So we might, even though it's in 2 weeks, who knows? I don't have a Scooby.
I get that, but Man City against the better sides actually have better records than they do against the worst sides. So
yeah, man, inside words, they're gonna freestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. When he said that, he was spot on. He was joking and he was kind of mad, but he was on point. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. And someone said Chelsea would be a relative shock to the other two. Yeah, but in context, Chelsea under Lampard's a shock. Chelsea under Tuchel is not, because they have a Champions League. A lot of their team have won Premier Leagues, won Champions Leagues. If I'm not, I don't know about Champions, but their teams won Premier Leagues. The Chelsea squad, they've got a team that's won things. So you got to think Thiago Silva, Aspilicueta, Alonso, Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic, I might be guessing, might have won stuff.
I don't think they.
Have they won anything? Not at Chelsea. I'm saying beforehand though. They might have won stuff previous. So they have that type of thing there. There's probably more players I'm forgetting who have won things. I'm not sure about Pulisic, or I don't think Ziyech or Havertz have. Giroud's won a World Cup and a Europa League. He may have won a Premier League as well. I can't remember in that. So it's kind of like they have enough winners in there with a winning mentality, and they have talent.
League with Real Madrid.
Yeah, Kovacic has won the Champions League. This is what I'm saying. He won Kovacic. Yeah, no, I'm not saying Champions League though, Nippon. I'm just saying in general. They have Champions League winner, and then they have Premier League winners and players who have won other competitions as well.
I think my argument as well is like the same people that are saying Chelsea have won the Champions League before.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing Real Madrid.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, you're not playing Man City. If you're playing Man City, that's a fair argument. You can't bring that argument to the table against a team that every player in that squad, bar maybe one or two, have won the Champions League before. Like,
but flawless, are Chelsea really that good, or they just protected at the back and have talent? But yeah, that's a good team. Yes, because Lampard couldn't make. They had this. This is the thing. This is where managers are so key. Tuchel has the exact same players that Lampard had. There's not one addition. There's not one single addition. Lampard signed them, man. None of those players, but Tuchel's gone into there. He's a good enough manager to be like, okay, what am I working with? Chelsea have talent. You know what I'm saying? They have a good goalkeeper. They have good centre-backs, good wing-backs or full-backs, whatever you even call it, good centre-mids. Good. The only thing they're probably lacking is a top class number 9. But every team's lacking something. Minus the West Brom game, which is a blip. They've lost 2 games, I think, in his whole entire run. They've gone past Atletico Madrid and knocked out Porto. 2 teams, not at ease, but I would say they were comfortable in those games. So you have to give them credit, and they look odds on to finish. Well, not odds on. They're still in with a top 4 shout. They could win an FA Cup, and they're in the Champions League semi-finals as well. And that's my whole point is yes, they are that good. I've said this about Chelsea, though. The talent was always there. The manager was the issue. Yeah, you lost one. My bad, Rahees. And they have winners in there. That's the key. They have experience alongside the talent. We're talking Thiago Silva. Is there anything he hasn't won in the game? Like at club level. Thiago Silva.
Didn't win has he won the Champions League? I think
I'm guessing he might have won the Champions League somewhere. But all right, let's say he's not won it, but we know he's won multiple leagues. You know what I'm saying?
Where was he before?
Yeah, check. He's won multiple leagues. Aspilicueta has won a Premier League.
I know he didn't win it. But where was he before? I can't
AC
remember.
Milan. He was at AC Milan.
Yeah, he won't have won it then. They haven't won the stuff in a while. Let me see. Let me check.
Yeah, I would say Aspilicueta.
Yeah, he's won. Yeah, he's not won.
He's not won it, but he's won everything. But that's what I'm saying is he's won multiple leagues, though, isn't it? Domestic.
Yeah,
this is my point.
League 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
That's what I'm saying. That's a serial, even though you might not rate the competition, that's a serial winner in that. You know what I'm saying? Like Aspilicueta's won a Premier League, a Europa League. I think he's won an FA Cup at Chelsea. Alonso's won that. I think he's won the same as Aspilicueta. Kovacic is the Champions League winner. Kante's won not the Champions League. He's won the Premier League back-to-back seasons with 2 different clubs. He's won a World Cup. You know what I'm saying?
You know what though? Do you know what this?
Like Giroud's won a World Cup. I think a Europa League as well. So,
in general, you've got a point. The thing is, like, there was somebody the other day that was saying a Liverpool fan that was saying
this as well. Go on.
the badge, we kiss trophies, and showed a picture of a Liverpool player kissing the Champions League trophy, and that was an insult to a Real Madrid fan. Like, you've just got to think, if you're sending that about Man City, makes sense. If you're sending that to a Real Madrid fan, it doesn't. It's like me sending a picture to you saying we win Premier League titles. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I hear you. I get your point.
Technically, it's true because even then, it's not even like that. It's like me sending you that picture in 2015.
Yeah, I get your point.
Like, if I sent it now, it would make more sense. But like, to me, I just think like everyone keeps bringing up, oh, Chelsea have won it before. Chelsea have won it before. Yes, you have, but you're on the opposite side of the competition, so it's irrelevant. The only time that's going to be relevant is if you get to the final. Because if you're in the final, you'll be playing against a team that haven't won it before, regardless of who gets through on our side. So that's all I'm saying. So, but if that holds that much weight, then how did you get past Real Madrid in the first place? Because they've got 13. So I do get the mental side. And this is why I said I don't want to play Chelsea in the final. Because I think if we play Chelsea in the final, all the pressure's on us because they're not under any pressure to win it. So that's my issue. Same with Real Madrid. Real Madrid aren't under any pressure to win it either because they've been there, done that so many times. So it's just one of those situations. Like,
I don't want to get to this.
Anyone, it's
because I love questions like this. He said, flawless thoughts on Chelsea being 9 behind when Tuchel came in and still about 9 behind now. Oli has matched their results. Multiple things to say to this. One, I'm just going to kill this argument dead. I'll do a JV in it. Let me just kill all of this right now. Who would you rather be? Would you rather be Oli with Manchester United? Or would you rather be, and I'm going to ask Jan City this, I'm going to get to the questions as well. Or would you rather be Tuchel with Chelsea? What position would you rather be in? Jan City, you're not a fan of Manchester City. I mean, you're not a fan of Chelsea or Manchester United. So let me ask you the question. Which position would you rather see your club in? Would you rather be a Manchester United fan and have Oli? Or would you rather be in Chelsea's position with Tuchel? And let me ask you this. Which position would you prefer to be in?
Right now, obviously you'd want to be in Chelsea's. The problem
Okay. Let me reverse that. So let's say neither. So let's say, all right, for instance, let's say neither of them win anything. Who would you want to be at the close season?
So if no one wins anything,
if they win nothing,
as if it stays as it is, then that means Man United get top 4. So you'd probably rather be.
No, let's say Chelsea get top 4. Sorry, let's say Chelsea get in the top 4.
Chelsea get top 4. Do you know what it is with Chelsea? Like we said at the start of the season, I said on a lot of my streams that I don't think Chelsea would challenge this year, but next season there'd be a problem because most players take about a year to settle in on average. So I expected them to kind of come back next year. And I didn't think Liverpool would go back to back either. So I thought they'd sort of come back next season. So yeah, it's one of them things. But I don't think next season, I don't know. If Man United stay the way they are, I don't know if you get top 4 next season.
Ooh, okay, that's a damning. And somebody said it here. There we go. The reason why I asked the question in the way I asked it, because I forgot they're not in the top 4. So I'm saying on a level playing field. That's why I asked the question in the manner in which it is. Because I want it as a level. So a level playing field. Bear in mind, it's not Tuchel's fault if Chelsea don't get top 4. There's a reason the manager got sacked in front of them. Yeah. If Chelsea have Tuchel for the whole season, they finish top 4.
The only thing that I would say is it depends how it ends. Because if it ends... Because let's be honest, if Chelsea remain unbeaten for the rest of the season, they probably get top 4. Yeah, so the only way they're going to not get top 4 is if they lose a few games, right? So if they lose a few games, it depends. Because if they beat Man City tomorrow, go through to the FA Cup final, and then lose their Premier League game, I don't think people are going to care too much that they've lost that game. If they lose to Man City and then lose their next game, that's when the pressure kind of comes in because they'll say, right, you've lost 2 games back to back in 2 different competitions. Liverpool have nothing to play for. They've got to focus on the Champions League because that's not an easy game. You know, they can't rest players against Real Madrid. So that's when it will get to the point where it's like, okay, we might not get top 4 now. It could go the other way where they just win all their games, you know, but it's just one of them things, and it will depend because when it gets to the end of the season, mentally you prioritize stuff, and that's why people were saying with Man United, Man United won't win the league, even if Man City drop some points, because they're saying at one point the players will start mentally prioritizing the Europa League.
And I just want to respond to this. You're saying, in fact, Flawless G, Ollie has no league defeats in this time frame. Wow, but what happened in the FA Cup? What happened in the FA Cup?
Yeah,
we just skirting off. Nah, this is what I don't like, innit? How we just skirting over defeat. So he has no league defeats in the Premier League. Cool. I don't even know if that's a fact, but cool. I don't know what time frame you're talking about. Yeah, what happened in the FA Cup?
Time in the league.
You know what I'm saying? What happened in the FA Cup? That's what I want to know, because they're in the semi-final tomorrow. We're not. And people asking about Tuchel, if he doesn't win the Champions League or get in the top 4, the Champions League's not on him, so I wouldn't blame him for that. The top 4 would be, but again, as I've stated, context matters in that. It isn't his team. He came in handicapped. How many points were Chelsea off top 4 when he came in? One of you Chelsea fans asked me that. Answer me that. How many points was Chelsea off top 4 when Tuchel took over the job? And yes, they're in 2 semi-finals as well. We're in 1 semi-final.
That's the thing, yeah.
I'm saying, like, there's levels to this.
The thing is, the thing with that is, like, it's just one of them things, because it's like Man City. Man City are in the best position in the country right now. We're in every competition, right? But nothing's been won yet. So it's the same with Chelsea. Like, this is a good season for Chelsea, considering, you know, because even if they go out tomorrow, even if they go out to Real Madrid, as long as they get top 4, I think they see that as a good season, because they got so far in the competitions. Do you know what I mean?
So Chelsea, sorry. So man is saying, so I like how no one's answered in the comments about the FA Cup defeat as well. We're just brushing that under the carpet like we do everything with Ollie. You notice that? You'll bring up the time frame where he's not lost no games. Cool. But let's talk about the FA Cup game. I would have traded I would have traded a defeat in the Premier League, because the Premier League's done anyway, for a FA Cup semi-final right now, rather than being the manner in which, because we had a favourable draw. We would be playing Southampton in the semi-final. And here's the thing, people, I don't even think Tuchel's that great. When he was linked with United, I didn't want him. But he's a prime example of a manager who's utilising what he has. Somebody said it here. This season's a free hit because it's not his team. That's my point.
Yeah.
It's not his team. He's not free. Ollie's 3 years down the line, having spent over 200 million. You know what I'm saying in that? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Now, Flawless, you have openly laughed off the FA Cup on Rance's channel back in January. How did I laugh it off? What did I say? Since you can quote me in it. Quote me in it. What did I say?
The thing is, it's one of them situations where it's like, like you say, this is a free hit for Tuchel, because you don't have to win anything.
It's a free hit because it's not his team. And here's the thing, I don't even rate Tuchel that highly. When he was linked with United, I was like, nah.
He's going to have a good season. But the problem is, this is what I'm saying, like, best case scenario for Chelsea, not for us, but for Chelsea, is that they win the Champions League, they win the FA Cup, they get top 4. They don't need to get top 4 if they win the Champions League, but they get top 4 off default because they've won it. So they could finish 10th. Doesn't really matter. That's best case scenario for them. Worst case scenario is that they go out tomorrow, they don't make top 4, and they lose to Real Madrid, because that means they don't get Champions League football, and they might end up in Europa based on where they finish. So that would be the worst case scenario. But like you say, it would be a free hit for him. But I think the position that they're in right now, it's almost like you would expect them to either get top 4 or win the Champions League, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So I think
Avante's saying this, Chelsea board don't care about if it's Tuchel's team. It's not a free hit. You guys don't know our board. His remit was top 4 in FA Cup and a deep Champions League run. He's currently on course, but could achieve 0. Here's the thing. I think if he doesn't get...
It's true, because this is what I'm saying.
What I was going to say, though, if he doesn't get any of that, if he isn't going to get that, wait one sec. If he doesn't hit that, he's not going to get sacked in the summer. Tuchel's not going to be gone.
Yeah, he's not going to get sacked. He's not going to get sacked, but he has got a point, because if they don't get Champions League football, will they attract the players that they want? I'm not so sure. I'm not saying they won't get them, because we've seen it before. But it is one of them where he's not going to get sacked. But Chelsea will not be, as a board, will not be happy if they don't get top 4. The same way Liverpool, Klopp's not going to get sacked. Klopp is not going to get sacked if Liverpool finish 5th or 6th. But the club are not going to be happy with Klopp finishing 5th or 6th. They're not, regardless of the injuries, because 1, there's so much money in the Champions League. 2, the team that he has, they're not terrible. It's not like he's got one player and the player's out and then the rest of that team that Liverpool have, regardless of injuries. And the thing that makes it worse for Liverpool is Liverpool didn't get an injury to Van Dijk and then slip down the table. They were actually top for quite a while after Van Dijk was out and doing okay.
And I like how again we swept under the rug about Ollie going out of the FA Cup. It's gone on to flawless. You laughed it off, and now there's no response in it. So we're gonna go back to that in it. We're gonna does Ollie get a free hit for going out of the FA Cup in the manner in which he does? Forget about Tuchel, because I've already said I don't rate him highly. Let's talk about Ollie going out of the FA Cup. Does he get a free hit for that? When is he going to be held accountable? That's what I want to know in it. Please, in it. You know what I'm saying? Because all I'm hearing is crickets and that. Because I'm open for dialogue and that, but we're not going to brush over something because when I ask a question, you lot don't like in it. So please let me, respond to that. James Logan, I'm talking to you, my guy.
I don't understand why Chelsea always say that like no one rates them. Everyone rates Chelsea. The problem is Chelsea, what the fans are saying and what
this is my and this is someone who disagrees with me on a regular basis. Hold up. Tuchel won't get sacked in the summer regardless, hence why it's a free hit. That's my point. He's not going to get sacked in the summer. No, what I'm saying is he's agreeing with me, and me and Formidable never agree with each other. That's my point. When you have Manchester City fans backing me, that's how you know you man are talking nonsense.
But it's like Pep.
No. See, this is what I'm talking about. Wait. Flawless, we played an informed Leicester. Chelsea played a weak team in the FA Cup this year. That's not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? So it's Ollie not held accountable because we lost to Leicester. That makes it okay. Cool. If you're okay with that because Leicester are in form, calm. But then you lot would tell me we're 2nd in the league. So if we're 2nd in the league, we should be able to beat Leicester in a one-off game, correct? Tell me, innit? Oh, yeah. I know. Kind of devil.
If Man City beat Chelsea and go to the final and lose to Leicester, you're laughing at City losing to Leicester.
Spot on.
That's the reality. Do you know what I mean?
It's not it's informed.
Tuchel is overrated. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why people will say that is because I think the problem is, and I always say this, the reason why people get overrated is because someone will come in, manager, player, whatever it is, they'll come in, they do well, and then everyone starts saying they're the best. When they start saying they're the best, everyone that doesn't agree with that statement will then start downplaying them. So then it will be they're overrated, they're not that good. If you're telling me, I have actually heard with my own ears, Tuchel's better than Pep. I've heard that, right? And it's things like that, right, is why if you're saying that Tuchel's better than Pep, that is overrating him because he's not better than Pep. So then if I was to say
before going into anything, let's talk about the FA Cup defeat, James, innit? No, before we get onto it, let's talk about the FA Cup defeat. We're not bypassing that, innit? What about the FA Cup defeat that we had in this time? We're not just going to bypass that. Because I would have traded a defeat in one of those league games for that semi-final. So let's talk about that, innit? Before we can move the conversation on, but we're not bypassing that. Who is accountable for that? When are you going to hold Ollie accountable for that? This is my problem. No one wants to hold this guy accountable for anything. No accountability whatsoever. He's undefeated, 1 defeat since mid-Jan and none in the league. What about the FA Cup game we went out of? What about the fact we're in the Europa League because of his incompetence? How about that? How about the reason why, even though, so this is how bad we are. We've had 1 defeat since mid-January and none in the league, but yet we're still double figures behind Manchester City. Make that make sense. How bad were we before that run then? You hear what I'm saying? We are double figures behind Manchester City with that run. So how bad were we before the run? Why are we in the Europa League?
Yeah, James says that we all have more. How do we all have more? Man City have lost 4 games all season, which is what Man United have lost in the league. So we don't have more
Yeah,
We have more losses than you. Chelsea might have more losses overall, but I don't think even they do. Maybe Chelsea do. Maybe Chelsea do, actually. City don't. City, no team has lost less than Man City in the league in terms of all competitions. I think Man City and Man United have lost the least. Oh, in that time frame. Yeah, but time frames are time frames. Like, Man City didn't lose a whole game in any competition for over a month. But if they then go out the next month, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The whole reason why Man City's run is, this is what Pep said. When we went on our unbeaten run for 21 games, Pep was saying it means nothing if there's nothing at the end of it. We can win 21 games in a row, but if we then lose the next 10 and Man United win the league, we go out of the Champions League, we go out of the FA Cup, we go out of the League Cup. What was the point in that 21 run? You know,
all these runs and that. What does it win?
For it to be worth
all these runs in it, all these runs. All right, so we've had one defeat since mid-January. What have we won? What does it accomplish? I don't even know how many draws are in that. How many draws are in that? You lot let me know. Flawless, I'm happy to debate you anytime about the FA Cup defeat, but you just gonna make excuses for him. Who's at fault? That's what I want to know, lead to lead. Who's at fault for that game? And you said we had AC Milan in in the Europa League. Whose fault is it that we're in the Europa League? Answer me those two questions. That's what I want to know, because you lot never like to hold this man accountable. I've asked this question now for the past 20 minutes and still haven't got an answer. Who is at fault for Manchester United going out in the FA Cup? Who is at fault for Manchester United being in the Europa League? Who is at fault for United being 11 points behind Manchester City, who didn't have the best of starts to the season before their 21-game unbeaten run? So how are we 6 points clear and now we're 11 points behind? Please answer me those three questions, innit? Because you lot ask me questions, I answer. I ask you lot questions and get no answers.
Do you know what's worse about that as well? Because people can talk about Man City's run and everything like that, but you beat us.
You're an idiot, you know.
You got 4 points off us this season. Do you know what I mean?
Idiot. This guy, idiot, MB, in it. This guy, idiot, and that. That's what I want to know. How are we 6 points ahead, but now we're double figures behind? You know what I mean? Who's at fault for the FA Cup defeat? Who's at fault for us being in the Europa League when we had to get 1 point from 2 games? Who's at fault for our loss against Istanbul?
Martial not being a striker.
You know what I mean? Like, this is that, shut up, you. Who's that? This is what I want to know, innit? Look at this prick. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want to know.
Them 20 games that we won in a row weren't all in the league, to be fair.
Nah, this ain't an answer. You know what I'm saying? And that, because if we won the FA Cup, you'd be like, yeah, we won. That's what I want to know, innit? Why can nobody answer questions I'm asking? We've had this before, and these not know what I'm like. I'm just going to keep asking. You know what I'm saying? And that. So that's what I want to know. Please, innit? You hear that? Crickets.
You know what? Like,
okay, so we were 5 ahead and they had a game in hand. All right, so we were 2 points ahead of them. How are we 2 points ahead of Manchester City? See how people try to nitpick. How are we 2 points ahead of Manchester City and now we're double figures behind them? So that's is that 13 point? My maths ain't the best. Is that a 13-point swing? And we've been more.
2 points ahead.
We were 2 points ahead, and now if I remember correctly, wait 1 second, Yancy. Let me ask you. Yeah, were we 18 points behind you at one point, or 17?
So no, what it was is, if we'd have won that derby, it would have been 17, but we didn't. It was 14.
It was 14 at one point, right?
So now it's 11. But you've got a game in hand because we lost again. So now it's 8 if you win.
We were 2 points ahead at one stage in the league, and then at one point we was 14 points behind. How does that happen? Who's at fault for that? That's what I want to know. Tell me who's at fault. We lost in the FA Cup. Who's at fault for that?
Wait, I didn't mean to click that.
Yeah, me. Yo, please someone answer, because no one wants to answer the question in it. Somebody's got to be at fault. Man just corrected me there. We were 2 points clear of Manchester City. Then at a later stage, we were at 14 points behind. That's a 12-point swing. Who is at fault for that? We went out of the Champions League and are now playing in the Europa League. Who is at fault for that? We had 1 point to get from 2 games. We played Istanbul, who hadn't won a Champions League game in their entire history. Hear me? Our parents are older than Istanbul as a club. Who's at fault for us losing away in Istanbul? That's all I want to know, innit? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Whose hold is? Because someone's got to be held accountable. Whose fault is that? You know what I'm saying in that? I'm not hearing that. Who's at fault? See, man, excuses. Who's at fault? If you're 2 points clear, I don't care if they win 16 games. This manager's as good as you say he is, isn't it? How are they now 14 points ahead after we were 2 points ahead?
What 14? It's 8 if you get
No. I'm saying at one point it was 14.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were 2 points ahead because they like to nitpick.
Yeah, Man City weren't. We were like in 12th or something daft. Like we were like way down the. I know we had 2 games in hand, but we were kind of way down, and then we just came up 1-1-1-1.
Why are we now 11 points behind them? Minute? Who's at fault? Don't tell me it's nobody's fault because something went wrong. Because if we win more, if we go on this amazing run that you lot are talking about, we're closer to them. You're quick to tell me, oh, from mid-Jan up until this point, we've not lost in the league. So where was this run earlier on then? When we was losing to Sheffield United and that. Who's at fault for these things? That can't run in that. You know what I'm saying? So again, who's at fault? FA Cup, who was at fault? We dropped down to the Europa League. Who was at fault? I'm going to keep asking the same question, innit? Because I'm tired of this shit.
Led to lead or or whatever. He says Glazers are at fault. And
I'm not answering no questions until you lot answering it.
I don't think you can say that.
I'm answering no questions from you, man.
Situation, but I don't know if you can say the Glazers are at fault for results because ultimately you have the players. They have spent the money. You know, people talk about Man City spending the money. Man United have spent the money as well. You know, and I know it's not been spent as well, but that is down to things like
I didn't ask if Ollie's doing much more than he should be. I said, who's at fault for these losses? That's not an answer. Corey, go on. Sorry to cut you off.
I was just saying, like, a lot of people, when it comes down to results, like, it's interesting because every time Man City lose, it's Pep's a fraud. But then when Man United lose, it's someone else's fault that's not Ollie.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. When we're gonna get back to that, Zane, I'm not even vexed. I just want to know in it.
Guardiola.
Yeah, I'm open for discourse, Zane. You've been here long enough. Me and you, you're Arsenal, you the up. Me and you go back and forth for many of things. Who's that? I've still not got an answer at who's at fault. Man are telling me the Glazers are at fault for the Istanbul defeat. The Glazers are at fault why we didn't get 1 point from 2 games. Who's at fault for not taking off Fred when he's on a yellow card?
Yeah, but Devante, I don't think they can say that they don't have the players. I think Man United have a good squad. I think he's not getting the best out of the squad. That's why people pin it on Ollie. But I don't think you can say this is the thing. Like the same people
Devante,
that have the squad are the same people that say Man City has spent money. They should be winning everything. Man United have spent over $1 billion. Man City has spent over $1 billion. The difference between how much we've spent currently since Fergie left is £40 million. Are you telling me if Man United go and sign a £40 million player, they're better than Man City? Because I don't think that makes a difference. So you can't just say like, oh, they don't have the team or whatever. Because when it's Man City, if we say, oh, last season when Man City said we need a centre-back, everyone was saying with the money you've spent, you should be winning everything. Then we got a centre-back, and now you see in the Man City that Man City fans have been crying out for years because we could see that we needed a centre-back. Once companies started getting injured, we were like, we need a centre-back, and we finally got one. And this is why Man City are doing well this season, because we finally got our centre-back.
See, N'Golo Speak says, I think he wants to know who's at fault. Facts. Devante, who's a Chelsea fan. I wasn't asking you, but players and managers. And James says here, flawless, I believe hardly any manager can get close to Pep's side. He is folks top 5 energy. Like, come on. Who said they have to get close? That's not the question. I'm asking who is at fault. That's all I asked. Simple as that. I never said he should know. That's a completely different conversation than that. That's a complete. We can have that. Once you answer my question, we can have that discourse. No problem whatsoever. That's facts. It's been over 30 minutes. I've not seen. Yeah, because these men don't want to hold this guy accountable. This is my point, and this is the problem. This is the problem right here, innit? All man has to say is, yo, it's the players and the manager. We move on. Yeah. I'm gonna get to the super chat. Big up Led to Led for the super chat, my guy. He says, Ollie is about to get us 80 points from 66 points last season. Major improvement. Where would we be if we had Sancho this season? Again, that's not the question I'm asking. No one said anything about points. Nobody said anything about major improvement. Nobody said anything about recruitment or Sancho. Them 4 things I just named, we can have the conversation. All I'm asking about is with this season, who is at fault for the things I've named? Who's at fault for us being 2 points clear and then at 1 point, 14 points behind? Who's at fault for us being in the Europa League? Who's at fault for us losing to Istanbul? Who's at fault for us needing 1 point from 2 games? Who's at fault for us dropping 4 points to the worst team in Premier League history? Who's at fault for us drawing away to the team that's 19th in the league? That's all I want to know. Don't tell me about recruitment and points and all that. That's not the question of that. And you know how I know I'm right? Because fans who don't even like back me like not then say don't like me. Rival fans are like, yeah, you're on it. That's all it is. Nippon, I'm not talking to you either, man. You should know this, man. I'm talking to Led to Led. Love for the super chat, much appreciated. And what's his name? James. That's what I'm talking to.
Yeah, James says Jan's biased towards City. Without Pep, United would well be top. Pellegrini would not be. This could be real. I mean, Pellegrini won the league. So did Mancini. Like, I'm not saying that Pellegrini would get this much out of the squad. I think Pep was the best. But I don't know. I don't think a lot of people said, you know, Fergie's the best and no one, you know, Mancini would never do it and he did it. So it's not impossible. And that's the managers that had. I don't know.
When I get to this, he called me the wrong name, but he did say flawless. Sorry, G. I understand it's calm. Or you say all black people look alike. Joke people, he's not racist. I'm joking, people. He's not. Yeah. It's calm. He said he watched United and standing it. James, it's cool in it. No stress. You explained it. Not a problem. We had our worst start. Now we have title winning form. If Ollie's, who has said he is that bad? All I'm asking for is who's to blame. If he's that, that's it. Somebody's to blame. Where is it? Kareem saying so. It's all follies, bro. When I get answer to my question, I'll answer yours, Kareem. Simple as that. Yan City knows I'm this much of a dickhead to keep this going in it. We can just keep this running.
I'm gonna go and get in bed, I think.
Yeah, she's probably gonna because she knows what I'm like. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me no questions about Tuchel or Chelsea in that. Because you man still haven't. Yeah, he said sorry, so I'm like, all right, fair enough. That's all I want to know. Man can never criticize this guy at all and that. I'll give Ollie praise. I say, yo, he's improved the squad. I've said this all the time.
You know what, Ollie? The thing is with
I'm ready for this. Yeah, go on, Yancy. Go on.
I think it's weird with Ollie fans because, like, it's like every time he wins, everyone's like, he should get his praise. But, like, he does get his praise when he wins. But when he loses, like every other manager, they get slated. Like, when Klopp loses, you get Klopp the flop. When Pep loses, you get Fraudiola. Like, it happens all the time. Every time Spurs lose now, who gets blamed? Jose Mourinho. They don't care if the whole team have a disaster class. It's Jose Mourinho's name.
It's Mourinho's fault. Yeah. It's Mourinho's fault.
I don't know why people take Ollie slander so personally, because every manager, when they lose, gets slandered.
You know why they take it so personally? Because they know in their heart of hearts that man is washed in that. You know what I'm saying? He says you're one of the GOATs, but you're biased. How am I biased? Just answer my question, James. That's all in it. That's all I want to know in it. Who is at fault for our poor results and poor performances during the season? The things I've mentioned, and I mentioned again, the FA Cup defeat, the fact we're playing Europa League, the manner in which we went out in the Champions League, needed 1 point from 2 games and failing to get it, losing to a team in Istanbul who hadn't won a Champions League game in their history. Me and Yancey, you have family members older than that club. That's why she's laughing, because it's facts. I'm saying, look, it's facts. Like, so please let me know in it. You lot can't hold this guy accountable for, and I'm not even saying it's all his fault. That's the mad thing. I'm very.
See what I mean? You're in the comments saying that Pep's a fraud. How is Pep a fraud? How is a man that's on for a quadruple in bloody April a fraud?
Yo, forget all of this.
And the thing is, can I just say something?
Yeah, go on.
Even
And then we're gonna close out the show, innit? Because I'm not gonna get an answer. Go on.
Yeah, but even if Pep goes out of 2 of the competitions and wins 2, he's not a fraud, because most managers do not get this far in all these competitions.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not biased, like I'm saying, innit? I just want to be fair. You're biased to him. Still, yeah, it's been half an hour, 40 minutes, and man still can't answer me, innit? Who's responsible for our poor performances this season when we've had played poor and our poor results?
Pogba.
See, Yancy giving me answers. How's she giving me answers in that? How is everyone but the United fans who are Ollie in the chat giving me answers?
I actually like Pogba.
Zayn giving me answers and B giving me chat. The City fans who don't like me giving me answers at that. Formidable Centurions, dupe. These men never agree with me. Ever. I'm saying they're my peoples though, but they don't agree with me and that. But look, Dube say, but I don't even said that.
I actually think genuinely, right?
It's mad.
It depends, because there's games where
She's taking liberties, yo.
There's games where it's like
answer in it. You might get
you lose 1-0, you lose 1-0, right? And say, for example, Leeds, right? It's interesting because when we lost to Leeds the other day, everyone, every opposition fan that I heard was talking about John Stones. Like, John Stones, he's the defender. I'm sorry, that game was not lost defensively. They had 2 shots. They scored 2 goals. We had 29 shots and could only put 1 in the back of the net. Our attackers lost us that game. But people will constantly be like, oh, it was John Stones because he conceded 2 goals. I'm sorry, I'm not being funny. Don't get me wrong. Like, we shouldn't have conceded them 2 goals. But the attackers have to do better in them sorts of games. The whole game was played in their half. They had 2 minutes where they went 2 or 3 times when they came out of the box and went down the other end. And people can blame Pep because he played a weakened side, but he had to. But for me personally, I was more annoyed at the attackers for not being clinical than I was with John Stones making a mistake or 2. Because it's literally, when you're in football, like a lot of goalkeepers, the reason why a lot of goalkeepers concede goals, right, is because it's very hard to remain focused when you don't have much to do. So only very, very good goalkeepers can have very little to do and make all of the saves that they need to make in that game. Do you know what I mean? If it's end to end, it's different. Like goalkeepers that play for like Burnley, it's end to end. They're constantly on the ball because they have to be, you know, and they might make some saves, they might not make some saves, but literally they don't have very much to do. And the best goalkeepers, when they have something to do, they make that save. And that's what, I think it was Casillas, he was saying that that's what he learned to do, to focus when he needed to focus. And that's how he was so successful. So, you know, these sorts of things happen. So I'm not expecting the goalkeeper, like, even though, yeah, I always say like he should have made at least 1 save. If they have 2 shots on target, 2 goals, that's an issue for me. But if he's only in the game for 2 minutes, but yet you've got strikers who are playing in their opposition's half for 89 minutes of the game, why are they not scoring in 89 minutes? You know? And I know Ferran Torres scored 1 goal, so it's slightly different. But them sorts of situations, people will blame the defence when really the attack had the ball for 89 minutes and didn't do anything. But the defenders that failed in the 2 minutes that it was in the opposition, they're getting blamed for it. So I don't know.
I hear that. And Dupe, he says, Flawless, I do like you, bro. You're my favorite United fan. And trust me, I don't like her. Nah, I'm joking in it. When I say you don't like me, I'm talking in football sense. I know we cool and we peoples and that. I'm going to talk to you on a regular basis like I do. And look, here's magic. Kareem says there's lots of people to blame. What's Carrick and the staff doing? See what that is, people. An answer. Now, if I was asking Kareem the question, we could have moved on. But yet we spent 40 minutes on it. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, but what I'm saying is, at least he's giving me a response where we can now move on from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even disagreeing with what he's saying.
Definitely not. It's
definitely not going to be one person to blame. It's not.
Oh,
Like,
see,
there is different aspects. Every time you lose, you can blame certain people. Even like I've just mentioned, that Leeds game, you can blame the attackers. You can blame Pep for maybe picking the wrong team. And you can blame Edison for not making a save, or John Stones for making a mistake, or Cancelo for making a mistake. You can blame them for people. But really and truly, most of the time, it's a collective effort. But from an outsider's point of view, who gets blamed? Pep gets blamed. Pep gets blamed. I haven't heard a single player I haven't heard a single person apart from Pep get blamed for that result.
No, I hear you. But what I'm saying is, I've asked, you know what happened, Yan City? I've asked the question and you answered it. Yeah, there's not, when you lose, there's not normally one person to blame. There's multiple things in it. See that? But then you see when
one person that tends to get blamed, and it tends to be the manager. That's why the managers will take the stick for their players. That's what they're there to do. It's like a parent. If someone's coming for your kid, the parent will apologize on behalf of the child. It's not because the parent's sorry. It's because as an adult, as a parent, you're supposed to protect your children. And that is what managers do. Pep will... I've seen Pep before, and you can tell he's angry with a player, and they will ask him in the press conference, blah, blah, blah. And he'll be like, oh, yeah, he played well. Even though you know that Pep is thinking he was shit. Pep will say that he played well and deal with it behind closed doors. That's what managers do. So I get where people are coming from, that, yeah, the players are shit or whatever, but Ollie has to take some of the heat. And that's why people get onto Ollie and say, Ollie out, because Ollie is doing enough. Ollie's interested because he's doing enough to almost trick people into believing that he's good enough.
See how she's smiling when she said that. You hear her smile, people, when she said that.
It's funny because, do you know what? It is funny because it's like, if you speak to Man United fans that are Ollie in, they'll convince you that like what was saying in the comments, like Man City just having a freak season, so we can challenge next season. But then it's like, in all of them sort of, I know Fergie's called like squeaky bum time, but like literally, when you're in them situations where it's like, okay, you need to beat Leicester one game to get to a semi-final. He doesn't do that. And like, I don't know, maybe in the Europa League it'll be different. Maybe in the Europa League you'll go on and win it. But he's not actually done anything yet that would make me think that Man United can go and win a final. I'm not saying you can't do it, but based off what he's done so far, I don't know, because you were top of the Premier League. Yes, Man City went on a run, but the minute we started getting close is when you started drawing. And or when we got ahead of you, like, I remember you drew to Crystal Palace and then beat Man City. If you win that Crystal Palace game and then beat Man City, you're right behind us. So it's results like that from a fan, you're thinking it's not that bad. We drew with Crystal Palace, we could have lost. But at the same time, if you win that game, it puts you in a different situation. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think this season's been a strange one. Like, even Man City, like, we've had questionable results this season, to be honest. Like, we have. But it's one of them things, like, when it comes down to the big games, Man City are actually getting over the line at the moment. I'm not saying we're going to continue, because it's going to get more harder the further we go in every competition. But it's one of them things at the moment, or so far, I will say, up until mid-April, which is quite late.
Let me get to two of these comments, because Jade Walker says, Ollie out, please God. Let me just say three things. I love that. I've never seen you here before, Jade. I'm seeing new names. Everyone hit the subscribe button and that. And Led to Led here says, Ollie is Thanos. And you know what happened in Endgame? Thanos died, fam. He died. Thanos died in the end. Did you not see Endgame?
More like the Undertaker than Thanos.
Thanos died. Like, did you not watch Endgame? I'm a big Marvel head. Did you not watch Endgame? Thanos lost.
I love that rabbit, by the way. I love that.
Sorry.
You know what? Compliments on my football IQ is like, the best.
You're ridiculous. Sorry I just had to get to that, because that's the mad part in it. When I see stuff like Marvels, I was just like, yeah, mad's gone. But yeah, I'll let you finish and then we're going to close out the show.
Yeah,
saying.
I was just saying about how, you know, it's just one of them things. I think he's always going to get stick, and that's just what happens, you know. So far, Man City are doing what they need to do. If it continues, great, we'll win some trophies. If it doesn't, I'm not going to sit here and say Man City have had a terrible season if they go out all the competitions in the very end of the competition. Like, I'll be a bit gutted that we didn't get over the line. But you can't tell me that this is a bad season for a team. Obviously, if we won nothing, it would be a terrible collapse. But if we can win 2 out of like the 4, and I don't know, 3 maybe, that's a great season for us.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, like facts. Big up to everyone who's locked. Nah, Nippin, you didn't offend. Never in it. No offense. Like I said, if I ever take offense to something one of you's lot say, I would say in it, like, chill. But because what I love about you lot, whether we disagree or agree or whatever, you lot never go personal. I never go personal. And then that's what it is. Yeah, we're just having football. The most personal it gets is me and Jan going back and forth, to be honest. We might do that to each other, but you lot don't cross the line. You lot don't cross the line with us, and I respect that highly. And we don't cross the line with you in it. So big up to everyone who's locked. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching this back, make sure you hit the like button.
24-hour live stream. Do you know what? If Man City win the quad, we're doing a 24-hour stream.
If United beat Arsenal in the Europa League final, I might do a 24-hour live stream. Possible. Oh yeah, I got you. I'll mod you now. But big up everyone who's locked. Much appreciated. I'm gonna mod you. Yeah.
Black Diamond.
Yeah, I'm gonna mod you now. I'm literally gonna do it now. Give me a sec. I'm just waiting for that.
Do you know what? I actually
before you carry on, Black Diamond, comment on the video after it's gone so I can find you, because sorry, go on, carry on. I can find you now. Go on, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say Ollie's not as bad as some people make out. The only thing is that the problem that I would have if I was a Man United fan is, like you say, it's great being great in the league, but if you finish 4th and win the FA Cup, you've had a better season than finishing 2nd and not winning a trophy, because you're still in the Champions League, but you've got a trophy. So that's better. So Chelsea's season, where, you know, Chelsea were kind of behind for quite a while, Chelsea are most likely going to have a better season than Man United. You know what I mean? Unless you win the Europa and they finish outside the top and don't win the Champions League or don't win the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So depending on what happens in the Champions League and the FA Cup, Chelsea could actually have a better season than Man United, even though Man United have been 1st and 2nd most of the league, and they've been kind of, you know, mid-table and up, you know. So it depends. Ultimately it's down to what you win. That's just the way it is. Ultimately, if Man City, like I say, I'm quite happy with Man City's progress this season so far. But if Man City only win the league, which sounds dumb because it's the bloody Premier League, but if City only win the league, people are going to be talking about how Man City didn't have the best season, even though we've got so far in all the competitions, because it's what you win. It's the way it is. And if Chelsea win the Champions League and we win the league, people will argue that Chelsea had a better season because they won the Champions League.
Yeah, I hear that.
So it's just one of them. You just got to think. But the reason why, I get that Europa is better than the FA Cup. I do agree with that because it's a European competition. That being said, Ollie hasn't done anything yet that would make me think that he's going to go and win a European final.
I hear that.
Because when he went up against Leicester in a cup semi, he didn't get over the line. Quarter, sorry.
Yeah, the quarter.
He didn't go over the line. So I'm not saying he can't do it. I actually think United have a good chance of winning it. To be honest, I think
you won the Europa League. I've said this.
I think your players have won it before as well. Quite a few of them. So
yeah,
I can see that. But you know, Ollie so far, like, it would be on the players to kind of push for that. I don't think Ollie would like do some tactical masterclass in the final to win. I don't see it like that.
MB says, I can't say a mod, you have a lot to do, match my work rate. Facts. Big up all the mods, but yeah, MB is next level. Devante, I have modded you. Jade is just not having it. She just here to say Ollie's washed. Big up to Jade. Nippin, you said mod me. Nippin, because you're a member of the channel, you can do everything a mod can do. Yeah, I don't need to mod you. You can do everything a mod can do.
Yeah.
Hit the like button and share the video on all the social medias. Yo, the membership is underneath the video as well. We've been going almost 3 hours, man. Mad.
Yeah, but James, like, do you know, I'm not even going to say anything about that. But if Man United win every single game and go unbeaten for 32 games or whatever it is to win the league, then you deserve to win the league. If Man City lose 3 games or whatever it is we have to lose, and you go and win 30-something, if you go unbeaten for 30-something games in a row, then, you know, you deserve it. I don't think that will happen because, you know, the games that we have left, I don't think the games that we have left and the games that you have left, that it's not like Man City's fixtures are difficult and yours are easy. It's not really like that. It's probably evenly matched. So,
what is it? I'm mistaken about the members. My bad. I thought you could. Someone said, "Where can I get the beanie, mate?" The beanies and the Sarcasm City merch is only available for the members at the minute. That's at the minute while we try and sort it out.
That's why I can't do anything. I'm not a mod.
All right, comment now and I'll make you a mod, innit?
No, I can't be asked.
Well, there you go. You don't really want to be a mod that bad, then, do you?
No, I don't. I'll just jump on the show.
Yeah, there you go, innit? Well, yeah, I thought they could. My bad. I thought mods could, innit? Because
but James, like, drawing is not really Man City. They either win or they lose. They don't actually draw it.
It's a buzzer. But yo, love to everybody's locked because we're going almost 3 hours. I'm seeing new names, which is fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm saying new names, which is absolutely fantastic. Make sure you lot all subscribe and that. You know what I'm saying? Daniel, are you not a mod? Because you're
Dufe and Daniel are the same. Dufe and Daniel are saying that they think Man City will win the Carabao and the Premier League.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. I think you'll get
to. Do you know what? It depends. Like, because the thing is, with Man City, like, I'm not going to turn my nose up at a double of any sort. I'm not going to do that. That being said, it depends how we go out the Champions League. If we go out the Champions League on a tight margin, but we play really well, and it's one of them things, that's not a bad season. If we get absolutely battered by PSG, which I can't see, but say we do that, that changes things a little bit. And it depends how we go out of the FA Cup as well. If we go out of the FA Cup tomorrow, by a tight margin, and we play well, that's different than, you know, Chelsea beating us 6-0. Like, there's a difference between how you go out, and it will determine how the season goes. I think if you're in 4 competitions at this point, because if you look at it, Chelsea are in 2 competitions. I know you've got the Prem, but you're not going to win that. So you're in 2 competitions. Like, most of your fans are expecting to win 1, if not 2. So if Man City are in 4, we should be expecting to win at least 2, probably 3. I don't think the Champions League is
I hear that. But yo, sorry, I was laughing at one of the comments here, innit? Flawless, how do I cop a bulletproof vest to stop you and sending all these shots? You gotta go buy a real one, fam, not a prop. Yo, Daniel, I've made you a mod. Someone else as well, Zane as well. I made you a mod as well, my guy. And like I said, for people, if you want to be mods on the channel, I just have to see you here on a regular basis, innit? So everyone you see, your MBs, your Zanes, everyone else who are mods, it's because they're here all the time, innit? So if I see you here on a regular, I'll definitely make you a mod if you want to be one, of course, innit? So Daniel, I've just made you a mod. Zane, you're now also a mod. I presume you man were already, man. I got bad memory, people. You know what I'm saying? And that, yeah.
You know what? Sorry, I was just gonna say. Mustafa said, "If City bottle the league, I won't stop calling Pep a fraud." If he bottles the league, that would be the first time he's ever done it. The first time. So, and the first time City have done it. So it is one of them.
Yo, appreciate it, Dupe. So this channel is great, man. Keep up the great work, deadly duo, and we're back. Love for that, and we are back to. Sorry, Guno, I'll get to that in a second. We're back tomorrow. Well, no, there's technically today. Yan City's back early doors, just before midday.
11 o'clock in bloody 7 and I
Nah, 11.
8.
I said 11:45. I said it too. But GyalDem City podcast doing the Chelsea versus Manchester City semi-final preview. Then at 3 p.m. you're up there. Then at 3 p.m. you're getting What's Politicking You Off. Nuruddin will be on there. Longhaired Linda, Mike, Bits and Bobs and Lambs. And then at 5:15 you'll get the live watch along with Yan City, myself, and Ryan of the Chelsea versus Manchester City FA Cup semi-final. And what's after that? Sarcasm City podcast at 10. But it's an upcoming live stream section anyway. Flawless, do you not sleep, bro? Nah, man hibernates and that. You know what I'm saying? Man hibernates. Love to everyone who's locked.
I'm at bloody work in the morning.
Hey, great stream. Bless up to all here. Big up to all of you lot. I respect all the channels. Keep up the grind, lovely Yan. Good luck today. Saying Daniel, like I said, I made you a mod. Led says great debate. Yan and Flawless loving the show. Yeah, man, that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? We can debate and then we keep it moving. Big Sam says Flawless. Can you look at my DMs, bro? You DM me on Twitter. What did you DM me on? Well, if you DM me on Twitter, I would have seen it still. Let me know what you DM me on.
I do want Man United to lose just to take the pressure off us a little bit in the league.
Yeah, there isn't no pressure, but that's a whole other conversation. Man is saying this is definitely my favorite YouTube channel. Man, it's the best. Love for that. You know what I'm saying? Twitter, I'll check it out then. You know what I'm saying? And that. But yeah, you lot are jokers. But right, yo, Jade saying big up Flawless and Yan. Yeah, it's a big week. Love to everyone who's supporting, man. Much appreciated. It's road to 3K as well. Road to 3K subscribers. So make sure you hit this. I'm seeing new names and new faces and new avis. So make sure you hit the sub button if you haven't.
How did you convert Flawless to Alien?
Yeah. He's wilding in it. Yeah. He must. You know what? It's late. He might have been drinking, lack of sleep. Big up James though. And this has been GyalDem City meets ManDem United on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.